there. Edward is from DC. Wayne is from Kentucky. Bob is from Missouri, Northwest Missouri. Tampa here. Hey, Winston, I think that's your name. Worcester. I'm just outside of Dunedin in Clearwater. So we've got a special evening planned for you all here tonight. I'll make an introduction in just a second. We're going to give folks a chance to continue to filter into the room. Let us know that you can hear me okay. Let us know that you can see me okay as well. Greetings from Ottawa. Hey, Peter, it's good to have you here. Jillian, welcome. Kevin from Austin, welcome. Sarasota, plenty of fun. Guatemala, we have an office in Zone 10 in Guatemala. Welcome. It's great to have you here with us. Gerald from South Louisiana. Arden Hills, Minnesota, just outside of Shoreville. We know where that's at. Welcome. Hey, you're from Clearwater, Greg? I'm right on Edgewater Drive. Not far, I'm sure you know where that's at, Vancouver Island. That's beautiful. So as folks are filtering in, we're going to give everyone a chance to go ahead and get settled. I'll make formal introductions here in just a second. Theodore, Alabama, I'm not sure I know where that's at. Osceola. All right. Bob from Nevada, thanks. Welcome, Bob. It's good to have you here. It is 2 minutes after 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go ahead and get started. Those of you that have asked or are wondering, of course, this session is being recorded. Let's go ahead and get underway. Everyone, good evening. My name is Jason Ulrich. I'm the CEO of Ninjacators, and I'm privileged to be here with you tonight. I'm joined by the co-founder of Ninjacators, Christian Bose. There he is. Hey, Christian, how are you?
Hey, good evening, everyone.
We're
Hope
going to
you're doing
make,
okay.
seems like everyone's great. We've got a full room here with us. People are ready to get started. Um,
Wonderful.
We had the privilege, if Ninjacators sounds familiar, everyone, we had the privilege of being here this past July with John Carter and the Simpler Trading team. That was a special night, and we are back. We wouldn't come back unless we had something new and different for all of you here today. So it's great to be back. If you've heard of Ninjacators before, it's a privilege to be here with you. If you haven't heard of Ninjacators before, we have been helping traders for over 15 years. And maybe as a setup for what we're going to share with you tonight, it was 3 years ago, a very important part in our history where we made the decision to take our automated trading systems, our professional grade automated trading systems from behind closed doors and make them available to the trading public. Now, Christian's going to take you through what that decision entailed, but fast forward 3 years, almost to the month to today, and we've been honored to help thousands of traders. We're going to share the results that they've achieved using our systems. And this is really important because along that journey in making that with those traders, helping making those systems accessible, we've received a consistent request. And that consistent request has been, hey, can you please create a system, an automated trading system that is made for someone that is entirely brand new to automated trading? So if you've come across automated trading systems before and perhaps you're a little bit skeptical, we are thrilled to share what we have tonight. But if you've never come across automated trading systems before and you're looking for a place to get started, and maybe perhaps it seems a little bit terrifying, we are here to welcome you and show you what we have. Or better yet, if you're used to trading options, right? I love to trade options. Maybe you swing trade options, you trade options for income, you've mastered a strategy already, or you have something that you're doing thanks to the team at Simpler Trading, and you're thinking to yourself, there has to be something more that I could be doing, something additional to take advantage of day-to-day price action. And you're not alone, right? Because you see price movement throughout the course of the day. You know that there's volatility, but you're not able to take advantage of it. And why is that? Well, you're busy, right? Many traders have a full-time job. They simply aren't able to get to it. Or for many traders, they don't want the stress that's involved with trying to make those entries and exits, right? You prefer to have a system that could potentially do it for you. So if you are anywhere on that spectrum, you're new to automated trading, you're looking for a way to get started, you're experienced, you've seen it before, but you're skeptical, or you already have a strategy, then we can't wait to spend the next hour or so with you, because what we have is a way for you to get started. And that's why we've titled our presentation, and Christian, maybe it's a perfect time to pull it up, the single greatest trading opportunity in the algorithmic market revolution. So, friends, if you're here with us tonight, we believe this is a way for you to be able to get started not only with automated trading, but to take advantage of a revolution and an opportunity that we've been watching unfold for quite some time now. And Christian's going to walk you through that. But if that sounds interesting to you, if that sounds like something that you'd like to learn more about, do me a favor, put a yes in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to make this interactive, and I'll go ahead as those are coming through, and I'll introduce Christian Bose. Okay, so Christian is the co-founder of Ninjacators. He's the architect behind a lot of the systems that you would see Ninjacators offer over our 15-year history, but especially our automated trading solutions. Now, what we're going to share with you tonight is something that Christian has been working on over the course of the last 3 years, and it's something that is the result of those efforts. So Christian's going to take you through it. He's going to show you the results that this system is capable of. He's going to tell the story of a lot of traders out there, and in doing so, you'll be given the chance to see if this is something that could potentially be a good fit for you. So Christian, let's go ahead and get started. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so let's see here. We've got a couple of risk disclosures that we're going to share right out of the gates here. First of all, folks, we're going to be talking about results. You'll hear us talk about results prior. You'll hear us talk about results tied to other programs. You have to understand that the results here are based on actual live trading performance. They're not hypothetical. They're not simulated figures. They are verified. So when we share the results, for instance, of another member that's using one of our programs, that's verified through their live account statements. So this is also in addition, we have a member of our team, Christoph Radiker. He participated in the World Cup Trading Championships. All that stuff gets verified. So we're not going to put it in front of you unless it hasn't been verified. Past performance, when we talk about past performance, that is not a guarantee that that's how things are going to go in the future. So we can't guarantee future income, or we can't guarantee future outcomes, and we can't guarantee that things are going to be a lock. There are no 100s in trading. There's no 100% guarantees of profit. There will be risk, and you have to know that trading always involves some measure of risk that is tied to losses. Also, this is for educational purposes. So when we share something for you or with you, it's intended to help you understand how to use these systems. But we're not giving you investment advice. This is not a recommendation or an offer or a solicitation to purchase, make a trade, sell a financial instrument. We're not financial advisors. If you're looking at this system and you want to seek additional advice, we encourage you to do that either with your financial advisor, an accountant, a regulated licensed person. So please bear that in mind. We're going to provide you education and trading ideas here. And then lastly, this is not an endorsement or guarantee. So this is not guaranteed. The performance that we're highlighting during this presentation is not a guarantee of future results. All the trades, the systems, everything that you're going to see here are for illustration purposes. That said, when we show a result, know that it's been verified. When we talk about a dollar amount, know that we're going to be specific about where it came from. And when we talk about how to use a system like this, we're going to make it as easy as possible for you to understand. Our hope is that you're going to come away with something that any trader at any level can hopefully get started with. So Christian, we've made a pretty big promise here. The single greatest trading opportunity in the algorithmic market revolution. We were here last July. It was a long session. It was really special. I'm sure you recall it well.
Yeah, I recall it very well. It was a fantastic session, without any question, and was honored to be invited to the simpler members, and we got a very warm welcome. And that was our first exposure, basically, to the simpler members, to everything we are doing here at Ninjacators with automated trading, to take actually advantage of the opportunity that is happening in the market right here, right now. So what's interesting was this event in July. First of all, I'm very happy to be back, period. And I'm really thankful that the Simpler crew finds value to have us back. And I really enjoyed that event in the summer. And it was right before I spent basically the summer in Europe. I guess 2 or 3 days later after this event, we traveled to Europe with a family, spent the summer there. So it was a very, very special moment in time. So, and it feels like an eternity, but it was just about 5 months ago when, I presented this opportunity to the Simpler members. And since then, a lot of wonderful things happen. Like one is, dozens of Simpler trading members already started cashing in on what we will talk about here today. And that is what I believe the single greatest trading opportunity in the algorithmic market revolution. And the results you see here on the screen, right in front of you, that are some of the monthly performance numbers for Simpler members, which joined us in the summer and already using technology we're talking about here today. So they were already able to capitalize on this trading opportunity and this revolutionary way to actually approach the market. So the process and the technology I will show you here today is slightly different from what we've talked about in the summer. As Jason said, is I personally come from the professional trading side, and I will tell you in a second a little bit more about it. And for me, it was also a learning curve after I decided to actually make this accessible to the retail traders, to which degree and level of easiness we actually need to prepare that members with no or very little trading and no automated trading, background can actually use it, right? And that is really cool to present that today. Probably the most easiest and simplest way to get started with automated trading if you are absolutely new to automated trading and really always wanted to see, is there an opportunity or not? So today I show you all of this, but also a disclaimer to this. All user results you see right here are live money trading results verified through live account statements. And of course, the results are not typical and shall not be taken as a guarantee for future earnings. Past performance is never indicative of future results, and trading always carries risk. Okay, so now, why should you listen to me about the single greatest trading opportunity in the algorithmic market revolution we see today? So some of you guys know me, some see me for the first time here. My background is in professional trading. So after graduation, I started trading on a prop desk on one of Europe's largest banks. This is how I looked at that time and day. Obviously, it's a long time back. You all saw me on camera here a second ago. And after leaving the trade desk, I co-founded an algorithmic hedge fund that was specialized to explore different market opportunities in the future market. We did that for quite some time. I got a little bit tired of it and I retired. That was my first retirement. I sold my stake in the fund and began the next chapter of my life. I went fishing a lot, played golf a lot. I'm a miserable golfer, by the way, and just enjoyed the family. I started a family with 2 little girls, and it was very, very fantastic to spend a lot of time with them in that, at that point in our lives. But obviously, that even though I'm not the youngest anymore, I'm not too old either. I really got the itch and say, well, there must be more, and I wanted to do more. So I began basically the third chapter of my life, and I started investing. And I bought a brokerage company, where we offered brokerage service to folks. And I started and co-founded a prop trading firm, and I co-founded a trader recruiting company that is a portal for to giving retail traders access to institutional capital. And it was really wonderful to go back into the professional trading world. With that part, I always enjoyed working with people. And last but not least, I started a software company that grew to become the #1 developer and seller of indicators and automated strategy for retail traders in the world, with over 50,000 active users from 29 countries that trust what we do and our software on a daily basis. Now, let me set your expectation for or the expectations for today's webinar. Again, you heard me saying this before. I believe what you will witness here today is the single greatest opportunity for every trader to tap into the algorithmic market revolution, regardless of your trading track record, right? It might be that you are a successful manual trader and you're just looking for something that you can add in as a second layer to make, potentially a little bit more money, on the side while you concentrate on your manual trading. This is for you. Or if you're a manual trader who struggles to make the money you want from the market, this is for you. Or, maybe you already tried automated trading and, tried other things and, it really didn't work out so well. And you're looking to really now finalize your efforts in the algorithmic trading world. This is for you. And the best part, you do not need to have any prior experience with algorithmic trading to take advantage of this opportunity right here, right now, and in the months to come and years to come. Okay, so now you hear me talking about a revolution. Like, what is the revolution and what is actually the market opportunity right here, right now? And I will make that very, very simple. As you see in the picture in the background, it's like a tidal wave. And to sum all up, what Jason said is the daily price action in form of volatility. Now, traders have been trying to capture, this this part forever and try to profit from volatility forever. But volatility is always like a very two-sided sword, because the more volatility you have in the marketplace, obviously the bigger the opportunity is. So as a trader, we are always pro volatility, but it's not always easy to capture it by at the same time keeping your risk in check. And now with volatility levels, pushing towards historical highs, stuff we have seen in COVID, in the COVID crash, and even in some of the little crashes after, we get already like a taste what is going on in the marketplace, and the market is moving like crazy. And there's so much geopolitical, tension in the world that, I don't foresee that volatility will go down to basically the bull market run we have seen after the financial crisis, where the market just moves one direction and there's basically no volatility. And the best traders are the traders who buy and hold, right? This is a little bit different right here, right now. So we want to be able to make money if the market keeps going up and we see new all-time highs. And we also want to be in a position to make money if the market sells off 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, right? I don't know. I don't have a glass ball. I don't know where the market is going. But what I know is volatility equals opportunity. And we are able to capture these historic moments in time without any question. And yeah, presidential election last week was the best example, right? Volatility kicked in. This is the beginning. We'll see what happens in the next couple of months, but I'm very, very certain volatility will go nowhere but up, or at least stay at this elevated level. Okay, so also now that we established the volatility, the opportunity equals daily profit potential. But in order to capture that in shorter time frames, which we will talk about here today too, you really need to have not only a reliable, proven, repeatable trading edge, but you also need to be able to execute that trading edge on a very, very short time frame, right? So, you know most likely that trading longer time frames for swing trades or even, longer term trades is a little bit easier than trying to, capture intraday moves. Okay. Now, with the volatility in place on an intraday level, we get so much opportunity intraday that we don't even need to think about buy and hold for a couple of days to make a profit, but we try to make money in the cash market when the market is open, and we want to close out our positions before the market is closed. Why is that? Well, it brings a lot of freedom, to each trader. A is, your capital requirements can be much lower if you're just on an intraday basis, okay? Trading on an intraday basis, you don't need to post high margins. But the second thing is, with the current market situation, and again, the political situation, I'm not talking only United States, I talk globally. I always these days have a very, very bad feeling if I would buy the S&Ps and I go to bed, and when I wake up in the morning, I read a headline in the newspaper that, Russia now invaded Europe, right? And my account might be empty because the market crashed at that moment in time. So I hate to have this overnight exposure, and that's why I like to concentrate on the daily time frame or on the daily market or price action. Okay, so and the edge, to really capture it, that is, with algorithms, because quite frankly, if you're manually trading this, sure, you can be lucky, and if you're a very skilled trader, you're able to make it work. But now on an intraday basis, you need to have this repeatable trading edge, and it's very, very hard to do it day after day, week after week, months after months as a manual trader, because again, manual trading is not easy. Okay, so if you master it and you are a GOAT trader, the greatest of all time traders, then it's good. But for mortals, it is very, very hard to be consistently profitable, in the long run, even though we catch a good day, a good week, a good month, right? So now, again, we love discretionary trading, don't get me wrong, manual trading basically, but no mistakes. We believe this is the tidal wave of potential opportunity, and it's be driven and fueled by algorithms. Now, if some of you have seen one of my presentations in the past, you already have seen this number. If you see this number for the first time, I want you guys to really let this sink in. So there was a study of the CFTC, which is a commodity future trading commission, which analyzed, the entire trading volume in the future marketplace. And by now, in 2024, the estimated trading volume of automated systems accounts for over 95% of all trades made. So again, what does that mean? Less than 5% of the entire trading volume is made actually by manual orders. Okay. And if you think about this, what that means for everybody who now tries to outsmart the market, it becomes harder and harder and harder, because quite frankly, no matter what algorithm you have or, the market participants have, because there are obviously multiple different ones, what they can absolutely do better than you is executing an order faster, more precise, and more stable, and like time and time again, right? Which we as manual traders will never ever be able to do. So that is really, really mind-blowing. So we want to basically not show up with a knife to a gunfight, but we want to see, if there is a trend in this, how we can actually capitalize on it and, get our fair share out of this. Okay. So how would we do this, and how would we do it? Now, I really went back and forth and up and down and mulled over through, like your problems and challenges with trading over the past year or probably years more than you have. Okay. So how is this? Jason already hinted a little bit on it. There, like the moment I decided to say, okay, I will start making my automated systems available for, to the public, I basically didn't know what I've asked for when it comes down to preparing them in a way that they are easy to use and actually easy to follow, right? So it was almost, it felt like, there's a 10-year-old kid trying to drive a Ferrari, and that's not really easy. So and we have had so many folks who basically came in any of our algo programs, and we learned and learned and learned, and I listen and listen and listen, right? So I see the performance. This is great. But on the other hand side, I also saw a lot of problems and challenges with, hey, Christian, I don't even know what a future market is. I have no idea about automated trading. I barely can start my computer. How do you think I can manipulate 27 settings in this thing, right? So all of these things, and all, like, it was a whole list, like a couple of pages long, about challenges and problems we have seen. And I really digest that and worked hard on it to see what I can do about it, because my hope is, if I know your struggles better than you maybe you even know them, I can provide you with a better solution, and you can get then you can get anywhere else, right? And that is the idea, and this is also what we will talk about here today. Okay, now first, here are a few challenges I think or you think, I believe that you think get in your way. And they are not specifically for automated trading, but in general with trading, and just have somewhat of like an automated component to it, right? So the one thing that I've seen and heard over and over and over again with the thousands of traders I work with on the algorithmic side is, you think you are undercapitalized. Well, that might be true, that might not be true, right? But like, that is one belief I feel you have. Your time is severely over leveraged, right? Maybe you have a day job, you have a family, you have a hobby and whatnot, and oh yeah, then you want to be a trader, and then you try to put trading somewhere in between, right? And this is not always easy to do, right? You don't possess certain skills and abilities. And that's not meant in a bad way, because I believe you think really that's the case, where, hey, in order to do this, I would need to be, whatever, like a software engineer, or I would need to do this or that, right? So that is definitely something that you think stands in your way. And obviously, as every human being, you're scared to get out of your comfort zone. Even if you're not having and seeing the success you want, it is very different to then go the extra mile to say, well, I step out of it to really make this happen, right? So if I had to guess, then you have more opportunity placed in front of you than you can ever consider, much less take advantage of. Probably you get every single day emails, text messages, phone calls with the latest and greatest trading system, strategy, setup, trading room, and whatever it is, right? And you don't really even know where to choose from. You often let little things get in the way while you trade, and you're afraid to make wrong decisions. Again, very, very human. And but that's one thing I really guess you're feeling. And support from others for what you've been doing or trying to do isn't what you like to be. So I've heard so many stories about, my God, how should I tell my spouse that I buy another thing, that I need to put more money on my trading account? And that is really just an uphill battle that a lot of folks fight. And then at some point, especially if you don't have the trading success actually visible on your account statement. You think, most likely your trading educators and financial advisors do not really have the best interest in mind when trying to solve your problems. And last but not least, you face confusion and conflict information on a daily basis. One educator says buy the S&P, the other one says sell it. Then you have an indicator who says something completely different. Then you get a newsletter which says this is the level to buy. You have no idea, and you're probably more confused than anything else, right? So with that in mind, I'm a little bit nervous that you'll discount what I will show you here today. And, and you'll think it's just really not worth replacing things you're already attempting to do to actually achieve your goals, right? And, and you're unfairly prejudiced towards it. And that is just also a very, very natural thing to do. So I'm going to utter 3 words here, and I want you to share your immediate reaction to those words in the chat box. Now, this is not, earth-shattering now, because we already started talking about what we talk about here today, but I want your raw gut feel, your very first emotion that comes out of your brain into your keyboard when you read the words. And please put that in the chat box. So I will open up the chat box here and just put that in. So algorithmic future trading. Please put in the chat box the one thing you think right now. Okay. Sales pitch. Yes, absolutely. Opportunity. Confusing, interesting, huge opportunity, no clue, exciting, automation, complex, hot, the future, very risky, not in my control, mysterious, complicated, uncertain, the future, money, do not know. I hope for it. I go for it. Yeah. Awesome opportunity, looks great, hard and risky, interesting, complicated, gimmicky, I don't understand, inexperience. Okay, here comes my plug. Automatic. Gain with safety. I like that. Okay. Trusted partner, love to learn, opportunity, no overnight risk, the future, black box, AI, faster than I can, lack of control, high tech, how to avoid losing. Okay, AI. So you see, and I just wrote read a few of those, right? And you can already see that you are pre-biased towards it. If you know anything about it or not, it really doesn't matter. But that is exactly why I'm basically like to talk about, to ease your mind there too, right? Because with a couple of hundred folks here, there are a couple of hundred first, gut feelings when you hear those items, right? And again, you can keep them coming. I will definitely review the rest there, but it's definitely, all over the map, right? So now, from a manual trader standpoint, right, the feelings, might be, if you think about it, well, algos are great for the markets, which I saw a couple of comments in here, right? So why so? Well, it's very interesting because actually they provide liquidity into any market today. And, your orders get filled instantaneously, right? Like, when was the last time you're sitting, you wanted to place an order and it didn't go through? Probably not that often, right? Well, then you really would need to have traded a very exotic instruments. Other than that, there's no things. You want to trade and you get filled and you're done. For those of you here in the room who trade already for a little bit longer, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was a different story, right? You wanted to fill a 10 lot S&P order. It took you a minute or two. The market ticked there, filled your one. Another one, filled another one, right? And so on and so forth. That is not there anymore because algos are there to providing liquidity. And there's barely any spread anymore, right? The times of like a 5 tick, 10 tick spread, in very heavily traded instruments are over thanks to algorithms, right? They provide the liquidity we need. And some of you might say, well, with all of those positives, my manual setups and strategy actually work better today than they have worked a couple of years ago because of those items, right? Now, from an opportunity perspective to actually make a lot of money using algos, you might think, oh, Christian, can you please stop talking about this? Is this another pitch that suggests that I will get rich overnight? Well, while I'm on vacation? Well, no, it's not. But that's a few folks of you had exactly that reaction, right? It's capital intensive, and I need to have a lot of money to start. It's very, very complex, probably too complex for me and what I want to get out of it. And there are no algos that work, anyway, in the always changing market. I tried algos before, didn't work at all, and I'm out of this, and this is like a scam from the get-go. And probably also a lot of you I saw say that it's probably very, very risky, okay? So now, we call these built-in biases, right? It's very clear, and that's why I asked for your first gut reaction. And if I don't address them up front, anything I attempt to educate you on here today, you'll immediately kick out, of your brain. And there's no way that you are even perceptive for any solution there. So if I can get you to put these biases on hold for the next 60 minutes or so, again, who cares if I show you everything I will show you right now. I showed you that Renee made over $30,000 in a life account, was exactly what I will show you here today. I show you that, Jagger made $10,000 in 1 month, was exactly what I will show you today. I will show you that Zaire made over 8% this month so far. That Rayo made $3,500 this month. And that Maya made over $23,000 was exactly what we'll talk about here today. And obviously what I showed you earlier, there are so many Simpler Trading members that already cashing in on this opportunity today. It is really, really, really amazing. So now, thoughts. You might be thinking, well, Christian, all the numbers you show and every user you show, these are the 1 in 10,000, right? So you have all these people, and if somebody has a good result, you're over it, you post it, and you will tell the world about it, right? You might also say, well, yeah, these guys, sure, they probably could have done it because they already were experienced with automated trading. Maybe they came they do this for years and now just happen to be in your group and have their breakthrough, right? Or you might say, well, I only show the cherries and not the rotten tomatoes, right? Or you think, they must have done something extraordinary that mere mortals can never hope to achieve. So, but I hope you are also thinking that, maybe, but just maybe, it really is possible to make money with automated trading with the right approach, with the right set of tools and the right mindset. And maybe if I do just a bit of what they do, I can bring in a bit of what they bring in, right? And maybe it's worth me being at least open-minded to this opportunity we'll talk about here today. And guys, that's all I'm asking you for. Just be open-minded and let me show you the process we have downright perfected to use automated trading strategies so they can bring in the consistent performance with little to no previous trading experience with automated systems. Okay? Then make your conclusion. Just measure me on what you learn. And if you say, well, that makes sense to you, let's work together. Let's do this together. And if not, well, that is good. Is that cool? Are you guys cool with that? Please let me know in the chat. It's a fair ask, yes? Yes, perfect. And Namar, yes, it is recorded. Fair, perfect. Thanks, guys. All right, so now let's go straight into it. It's very simple. And, when I've learned anything, I've been around the markets for, I don't even know how long. Need to think how old I am, like 2.5 decades or so. And the simple things from a process standpoint always have worked best for me. And the best traders in the world I know, or the best traders I know, are the ones that keep things simple. Simple doesn't always mean easy, right? Simple and easy should not be confused. There are hard things to do in trading. It doesn't matter if you use automated trading systems or if you use manual trading systems. But this is obviously all geared around automated systems. So this process is very easy. Number one, proven, repeatable trading edges. That is the core of everything we're talking about. Number two, diversification. Number three, trade in your comfort zone. And number four, scalability. Okay. Now, number one, proven, repeatable trading edges, right? So if I would ask you guys here today, it's like, hey, you have a proven, repeatable trading edge. Probably a lot of you guys would say, sure. I have my setup, I have my strategy, I look at this, and when the market goes there, I do this, or like whatever you trade. It doesn't matter if you trade options, stocks, forex, futures. It does not matter. You would probably say, yes, I have, right? And everybody thinks he has a plan until he gets punched in the face, right? You probably remember this famous quote by Mike Tyson, and that is 100% applicable to trading, okay? Because you write everything down, you go through your process, but can you really take this and repeat that over and over again, day by day, week by week, months by months? Or do you get punched in the face, and after maybe your setup didn't work for 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row, you start questioning it, you start changing things that will take the complete the complete comparison out of it, what you have done before, right? And then you go down on your knees and you get another punch and another punch. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So what we are looking for are repeatable, proven trading edges that have a historic, proven track record, that we can go and actually let the numbers tell the story and not the emotion, okay? This is a very, very important thing, and that is one mind shift. When you start making this mind shift, trading will become much easier than it is when you try to manually trade. There's no question about it. So the proof is in the numbers, not in the feelings. And the next thing is you need to make sure you actually are able to execute trade over trade after your plan. It doesn't matter if you don't feel good, if the sun is shining, if you want to play golf instead, if you have your kids you want to play with, or whatever it is. The moment you stop doing this, your edge is almost gone, because there's a hole in this line, and it's very, very hard to catch that up, right? So that's why we are using fully automated systems that actually can trade, day after day, trade after trade, without emotion, and they can execute the trade faster and better than we can, and they can manage the trade absolutely without any emotion. And that is the very first thing you need to have. Now, I will tell you more about our probabilities, our edges, how what we do is exactly function, a little bit later. But right now, I just want to get the idea to you to say, I need this repeatable edges, okay? Number two, diversification, okay? And that is one key that makes most manual traders fail, and a lot of automated system traders fail, right? Because if you now think, well, Christian, I have number one, check. Isn't that all I need? Just a proven, repeatable edge, and I can rely on the numbers and whatnot. The answer is really no, okay? Because you can fall for the trap that you go for the one thing and believe that one thing always works. It always works the market is going up, down, sideways. It always works in any market condition. That's just not the case, right? And that is actually the number one reason that traders fail with automation, right? A lot of traders who come to us using our automated systems have tried other systems before, and I would say, this is not maybe that's not a sophisticated number right now, but probably 7 or 8 out of 10 people, so 70-80% of the people have failed with automated systems, even though they were using a system that had an edge and executed in the marketplace. Why is that? Because, if you fall for the trap to think that there's one perfect robot or algo that will be able to always win every day, there's no losing days, it will just trade and will make money every day, right? Has little to no drawdowns, stays consistently profitable without you even knowing what the heck this thing is doing, will work in every or any market condition, and will make you rich in a matter of weeks, even on a tiny account. That's not how it works, right? Because here's the reality, guys. Every algorithm, automated system, algo, however you want to call it, that ever gets coded, has their strengths and weaknesses too. Just think about it. Have you ever met a successful consistency profitable trader who perfectly trades all markets, both sides, long and short, on all time frames, and any sort of style of trading, equally good? No, exactly. No, of course not. Just think about your own trading experience for a second. I bet you can easily see how some of you guys might trade the S&P very successful, but if you try to trade gold or the Nasdaq, you just suck, right? Or some of you might be, let's say, great at trading at trending days. You make a lot of money trending days, but the moment the market is stuck in a trading range, you lose, right? Or vice versa. Some of you might be great at finding killer trade locations, but you struggle to time your entries, right? And we can go on and on and on. So let me ask you this. Wouldn't it make more sense to do what successful algo traders do? Successful personal algo traders, prop firms, hedge funds, and literally you have your own team of traders based on each person's strengths, weakness, and trading style. So that no matter the market condition comes out, there is always somebody who can shine. Makes sense, right? And guess what? That is exactly that kind of team you should build for yourself, so you can maximize each algobot's strength and minimize each algobot's weakness, so you can slash your overall account risk and boost your profits faster. Now, without any further ado, I will introduce you to the concept of portfolios for robots, right? Or what we call probability edge stacks. So one robot has a probability edge, and if you take multiple of these then and stack them together, it is basically like a portfolio. And you can basically picture it as a portfolio. Just think about it from your personal investment portfolio point of view, right? Let's say, standard investment portfolio where you allocate your funds in different asset classes. Like you have some real estate, ETFs, bonds, stocks, maybe you do some day trading, probably mix of different stocks and so on. So instead of an asset class mix in a portfolio of algorithmic trading edges, we have a mix of different trading edges using different entry tactics, trading multiple different markets, right? So those are basically the equivalent of our asset classes, and I will show you more details in a bit. So let's just take a look at the graphic here pretty quick, where you see on the left-hand side you have a whole bunch of trading edges, and they all go into one big probability stack to trade alongside each other, right? So And I'm going to show you very specific probability edges and probability stacks here in a bit too. And I will also show them directly in my trading platform too. So you kind of like get an idea how they are actually working together, right? So right now, I only want you to start thinking about the mega power a portfolio slash, probability edge stack has over just one random investment strategy, right? So let's say, for example, imagine you walk up to your financial advisor and tell them, hey, here's all my money. Please invest and make sure I get the biggest possible return with the least amount of risk, right? Because that's probably what everybody is after. And then you tell him he's only allowed to invest all of that into one particular stock, or only in gold, or only in bonds, or only in commercial real estate. He will look at you and will ask if you lost your mind, right? And then he probably will tell you to go somewhere else because he cannot see how that should work. Because if you put everything on one card, you will most likely not get what you're looking for. You will not get a great risk allocation with small drawdowns. You will not get the best returns possible. You will not get what you want from your investment. And now imagine how strong an entire portfolio is compared to just one single investment item. And now start thinking about the mega power of a balanced, algo stack that can do so many different things at once, same as a very balanced investment portfolio. And guys, that's just the undeniable rule in trading or investing, right? No matter if you trade or invest, manually, or you use fully automated systems, it's always the bigger the diversity in your portfolio, the stronger and more predictable it gets. Does this make sense to you guys? Yes, good. Yeah, it's like real life. It has, trading is basically real life. There's a lot of folks things like, oh, trading is this kind of like computer game. No, just think about it from a common sense perspective. You never in a million years would take all your money and put it into one thing. You have a portfolio, you have probably a house and stocks and all of this. Why do you try to do the one thing in trading, right? Well, it's suggested and it's almost like a given. But let's break out, because if you do what all other traders do, you will get what most other traders get, and that is not making a lot of money. Okay, so that is the third item in our process. We need to have a probability edge stack. That's it. Okay, now number 3, it needs to work for you. Okay, I cannot stress out enough about this. You need to be comfortable with this. If you are uncomfortable, you can be a little uncomfortable. New things are uncomfortable. But if you are really uncomfortable, hesitant, and you wake up in the morning with a stomach ache because you are so uncomfortable, then I can guarantee you, like, whatever you want to do, it's not for you, right? And some of you know this analogy. I use this all the time because it's so good. Is, like, who knows the Sleep Number, the bed company, right? Yes, where you can buy a bed and you can adjust it exactly to what you want. You can say a little bit softer, a little bit firmer, a little bit warmer, a little bit colder. And that is exactly what your strategy as well as your algos should do, right? So I give you a very good example. If I would, give you a trading strategy setup, whatever it is, I would just put it in the chat to all the couple of hundred folks who are here today. And I would say, this thing is 100% guaranteed to make money, but it only will work if you risk at least $50,000 at each trade, and do this and this and this and this. Most of you guys would say, well, this is great. Can't do this, right? Because it's not in your comfort zone. Maybe it's too big for your account. Maybe it's too risky, right? So whatever it is you're doing, make sure it works on your terms, because only then you're able to get into the market, start making a positive impact, and then you can grow from there. Okay. Which comes to our fourth point, that is scalability. Okay. Now, I know a lot of you guys say, well, if I would just make a little bit money, I'm happy. I just want to make enough money for, buying some toys, another car, a motorcycle, maybe another house or whatever it is. And that's great. You should do this, and you should reward yourself with your trading profits. No questions about this. But did you ever hear about the saying that it is easier to 10x your trading profits than to double your trading profits? And the same rule applies. It's almost like a universal rule. It's easier to 10x your business than to double your business, right? It's easier to 10x your workout routine than to double your workout routine. Why is that? Well, because you can make a little bit more or double it by incrementally getting better. Yeah, like now I do this, and now I do this, and then I can double it. Well, that's great. If I tell you, hey, how would you 10x your trading profits? You would need to think outside of the box, because one thing is clear: you are sitting here and say, gee, I don't know how I would do this. And that's great. So why not ask for more in the beginning and actually sign up for something and do something that has a 10x, 20x, 50x probability? It's easier than to double what you're doing right now. Okay. So with that in mind, I'll give you a very quick example of this. Let's say you have a $5,000 account. This is like what one of the examples here, right? And you have moderate risk in that account. And so like, okay, I start small. Obviously if you have, $5,000, you should not think that, hey, cool, I will make $5,000 next month then, right? Well, no, like, how the heck should you double your account, right? Or you go all in, which we do not want to do. But let's just say you have $5,000 and, you start using a system, a stack like this here, for instance. And, over the last 2 years, it would have happened when we have not scaled, but just used a static position size. It would have made you $665.51 a month, which is incredible. It's more than 10% a month, which is, almost like unheard of, right? Sure, there's some risk there, and it's a drawdown, and it was, it was 54 days in a drawdown and whatnot. But like, this is something where you say like, okay, I can start with this. This is not shooting for the moon. It will not make me a gajillionaire. But if I get the routine and I actually start making money, then what would be the next step, right? Well, the next step would be, don't do anything else other than basically scaling it up, sizing this up. This is the same portfolio with the same matches, trading the same markets. It's all the same, but now we do it with $10,000 static, right? And now you see, okay, cool. Like maybe I take a small account, start growing it, and then I can grow it from there. And then at some point it might go to $50,000. You can trade more contracts, you can make more money. So do something that has a built-in scalability, which almost no manual trading strategy has, and very little automated strategies have either, because they're all looking for the one thing. And the one thing always means there will be absolute miserable drawdown periods. And when you come into the drawdown period, you second guess everything you're doing, and everything will go down the drain. Now, don't get me wrong. What we're talking about here today has drawdowns too. We'll not make money every day. We'll not make money every week. We'll not even make money every month. But the probabilities for us to do that, are much, much higher, and especially with the built-in scalability. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you guys, and that's literally the easy process. And those are the 4 things you need to check off in order to capture the market opportunity which is at hand right here, right now. Now, I will show you how we are doing it, and the exact 1, 2, 3, 4 steps you can follow, because as I told you before, I feel we really have by now this process, perfected as good as we can do it. We had over 4,000 people running through our algo programs in the last 2.5 years or so, and we have learned so much to cater to folks who are new to this and really need the easy button and need to just check off the boxes and get a guide and say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the things. And these 27 things which you might have messed up, you don't need to mess up by yourself right now, because other people already have, and it has cleared the system. Okay, so it's as easy as that. Now, this question always comes up, like, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later. But now you're thinking to yourself, well, Christian, I see your bio, you like obviously do not need to work anymore. And, why the sugar are you doing this, right? I hinted a little bit on this before, and I don't want to go into it because we're already going in a long time here. But basically, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is, well, there are two reasons, right? The very first reason is I'm invested in a lot of companies in the trading area, as I showed you before, and it was actually the COVID time where we had a huge client base on the trading side as well as on the education and software side, and everything seems to be fine. And then basically COVID hit, and in the couple of days and weeks of the COVID shock, our customer support completely blew up in a way as people were losing their shirts and they were asking for advice, right? It's like, oh my God, what should I do? My my investment portfolio is down 60%. Should I sell, hold? Will it be at zero? Will this virus kill the world? Whatever it is, right? So all of this was going on, and I really didn't think about too much. And then there was one night, and it was in this very office on the whiteboard behind me, where I kind of thought wait a second, because that day was, I did, I looked at my monthly account statements for my bots, and I basically saw that the period of the COVID sell-off was probably one of the best trading months of my personal algo trading life. I made so much money, I will not even tell you how much it was, but it was almost absurd. And that was the one side. And on the other hand side, we had hundreds, if not thousands, people every day writing in and say, I lose it all, what should I do? And at that moment in time, I thought, what if I would take what I'm using and I've been doing for a long, long time and actually create a version of it to share with the world, so that people can actually have a fighting chance to, capitalize on these events, high volatility events, sharp market sell-offs, everything that can happen at any moment in time. And, it was not an easy decision to do. But I did it, we launched it, and that's basically it. Now, in general, I'm a businessman too, but I also know that if I give you something that works and you can start using it and you can start seeing a real positive impact in your trading results, I know that you will ask me for more, right? Because I'm not really in the market and excited about, I give you something, I collect a couple of $1,000s from you, and then we'll go separate ways. What I would be interested in is you take what you learned today, you start easy with exactly the easy stuff we're packaged up here for you today. You use this, you make a lot of money, in a half a year or a year, you come to me and say, Christian, this is amazing. What is my next step? And trust me, there are more steps there, and you can grow this to dimensions you cannot even imagine right here, right now. We have so many traders. We have helped, active investors and traders from all walks of life that struggled before making consistent money from their trading. And we've helped them to start outperforming the markets like I do, and like in a way they never thought possible before. And for some, it really is life-changing already, reaching the level of, you know, success they always wanted. And some, you know, still are on the journey. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It is, even though when it's automated, you know, it will take a time to really work through it, right? But I have no doubt that everybody who comes in and really follows the plan, you know, you can do it as good as already thousands of people did it, right? And, you know, and you have the chance to really outperform the market on autopilot like never before, okay? So now I want to do two things. First off, I want to show you the software in action, and that is exactly what I will do here in just 1 second, okay? Now, this is a little bit out of context. If you are, you know, obviously new to this, which most of you are, you know, I don't have the time to go through every single detail, you know, you will see on the screen. However, I've prepared a little bit more information I will show you after I showed it to you directly on the trading machine. You know, and then a lot of things might click, okay? So by the way, this here, this account statement you see in front of you, that is one of the accounts I trade with exactly what I show you here today, exactly what you see on my machine. And I started trading this account with this product because this product is relatively new. This is the product we have designed, which we believe is the perfect starting point for everyone who wants to get you know, into automation. So it's relatively new from that point of view, but the technology behind it is actually something we have done for quite some time now. So I started trading this account with this product I will talk about here today on August 1st this year. And I think the most recent account statement was that is last week, right? 11/7. And it made $29,589.66 for me since I've done it. And it runs completely on autopilot. So there's no manual trading involved in this here, okay? So now let me share my screen with you, and I will walk you through a couple of things that, you know, will be hopefully interesting for you. So what you see right here in front of you on my screen is my trading application. I'm using a specific future trading application. It's called Ninjacators. Some of you might know them. They are specialized in future trading, and our software solution, our fully automated systems, plug into that software. So we're basically getting access to the software in a very, very deep manner so that you can very seamlessly use our automated systems in that trading software. Again, if you don't use NinjaTrader right now, don't worry. You can start using it for free. We can set you up with this. This is not a problem. Don't worry about it, just that you know what it's here, okay? Now, on the left-hand side, you know, this is my control center, where you see there are a couple of different trading edges set up in this here, right? I have different trading edges. I mixed and matched, and I will tell you more about the trading edges here in 1 second, okay? But what you can see already here is I trade like different trading edges in different markets. Some I trade in the micro NASDAQ, some in the Dow Jones, micro gold, S&P 500, and so on and so forth, okay? And I've like plenty of that set up. And here's one very important thing is this is actually just one automated system. It's not multiple systems because we wanted to do to keep it very, very simple. We're not talking about a portfolio of like a dozen different systems you need to maintain, but it's actually one system that is a smart system. And we'll talk about it in a second here, how exactly the system is doing it, okay? Just know is you can set it up, comes pre-configured. You choose your risk level, you turn it on, it will do everything for you. It will look for a trade, it will enter a trade, it will manage a trade, it will close a trade. And you, as a trader, have now the responsibility to basically, just make sure the algo is turned on, everything is connected, and you manage it the right way. And you can step away from actual trading decision making. Okay. Now, to make this a little bit visible, the algo also runs on a chart that you can follow it. You can actually watch it trade. And by the way, ultimately, you have the full control about it. That means at any given time, if you say, well, I don't feel comfortable with this right now, you can go close out the trade. You can take profits. You can move the stop. You take or keep full control of this, okay? And when you now basically take a look at the chart, you will see a couple of different things here. First, these blue areas just signal that the robot is looking for long trades. Not necessarily that it will trade long, but only that is our market direction the robot is looking to trade. And here are a couple of lines below here where we basically look for some confluence in the marketplace to make the decisions or let the robot make the decision to trade. Now, it's very unique with this robot, which we actually have never released before, is this has a very heavy influence on real-time machine learning. Some call it AI. I don't like the buzzword, but it's basically getting smarter the more often it trades. So it is looking at a mixture of historical probabilities and real-time market data, which then adjusts automatically to the current trading environment. Now, why is that important? It is very important because we only trade intraday, as you heard me saying. And, if you are wrong, like historically speaking on a day, you will be wrong the entire day. And that can be sometimes a very, very painful endeavor when, your robot thinks based on the last, 10 years data, today is the biggest probability for up day, and it tries to buy and get stopped out. It tries to buy, it gets stops out. It tries to buy, it gets stops out, so on and so forth. Now, with this technology, that's the first time that we were actually able to releasing it because technology has come such a long way, right? You can really look how much faster the development cycles of everything are in machine learning. And now this was just possible basically more recently, okay? So it will make the trading decision based off that. What does that mean? Well, again, it will enter the trade, it will exit the trade, it will manage the trade. It always places a stop, right? And here's a trade, for instance, that was today. And when we just scroll through, we can see the last couple of days trading now for this specific edge. You see here a couple of red areas where, this would be when the bot would try to short the markets. Here you see it's a trade, a very quick one, in and out, basically. Here is a trade. And again, those are quick trades, day trades, right? This is like, half an hour, like an hour long or so, entered here, exit there. Again, everything is fully automated, and we can scroll even further back. Here's a quick winner. And yeah, so this is the point too, is when you actually have the ability to take a look at historic trades, and you will very, very quickly get comfortable with whatever the trading edge or the bot is doing for this trading edge. And you will very quickly see, hey, this is going in the direction I like it, or actually not. And you have so many different options to choose from there, okay? Here, for instance, we were just looking at NASDAQ. This year's gold, for instance, or trading the micro gold. Same idea, right? You see the zones, and then you see the trades that get executed by the bot. We tried to buy here, get stopped out, make a little bit money there, shorted here, and so on and so forth, okay? So The way you can handle it, and I can show it to you in a little bit more detail later too. It is very easy to enable it, and we have pre-packaged literally everything. And that's why I'm also not going through more of the numbers. I want to give you some more context first, that you know the exact process, how we do it, and then I can come back to this here later. Okay. So, with that said, what I just showed you is called Quantum Edge, and it is simplified trading automation, yet the potential of quantum level results. And what is Quantum Edge and who is Quantum Edge for, right? So Quantum Edge is for traders, investors. It doesn't matter if you're absolutely new to trading, to automated trading, you are new to futures trading, you never traded futures before, but you value certainty over risk, because you can bring now the trading game to make it a number game, not an emotional game. And you can take all the performances and whatever happens back like in the historically, to start making your decisions, and you cannot or do not need to have really risking the farm with this. Quantum Edge is for the trader and investor who wants to win in any market conditions, no matter if the volatility goes to stratospheric measurements, which I believe volatility is here to stay. But it also doesn't matter if the market is going up, down, or sideways, right? When we can capture the opportunity, the robot really do not care if it makes money on the long or on the short side. It will be equally good in all conditions. And it also doesn't matter if the market is selling off 30% or 40%, which might be in the cards, or if we just see all-time highs for the next couple of months and years. Who knows, right? Quantum Edge is for the trader investor who wants to grow and protect your capital on autopilot, okay? And while you're spending time with other things, maybe you like to trade manually all day, and then that's great. Do this, set Quantum Edge and up and let it run in parallel to whatever you're doing, manually. Or maybe you're sick and tired of manual trading because it has never got you to the results you wanted to have, and take this and actually replace your manually trading efforts with Quantum Edge to actually fully automate your trading, and or anything in between, right? Because Quantum Edge is for the trader investor who wants to be rich and happy. And I say this often, I say this almost in every presentation, and it gets a laugh on somebody's face, and somebody else say, well, Christian, you're absolutely full of it. Really? You're talking about rich and happy? How that should even be possible, right? Open your mind, guys. Just think about the 10x. I don't want you to be poor and miserable, and I also do not want you to be rich and miserable. I know rich and miserable people, and trust me, then you should better be poor, right? No, rich and happy is the name of the game. Quantum Edge is for the trader and investor that realize you are human after all, and maybe can not get a grasp on the market, which is 95% dominated by the algos and with crazy intraday movements, right? So I want you to imagine that you have a strategy we talked about. You have Quantum Edge, and Quantum Edge could do all the trading for you with a real proven trading edge from here until you retire. And it will not get old, because it's learning while it's trading, okay? It is not a static thing. It doesn't say if, then, and it will do it today, tomorrow, next year, and 5 years from now. No, it is actually learning and learning and learning to keep up with whatever the market will throw at you, right? So every year it works for you, and it does better than you ever could do with your manual trading. So wouldn't that be wonderful to have an algo like that? And the answer is yes, that's true. Everybody wants an algo like that. So now What if, this algo could do not only one thing, what algo does, trades one market in a one certain way, but it could trade two markets. It can trade multiple different ways. It can learn to trade other ways, whatever the market throws at you, right? So that you basically let the robot decide what to do in your framework. And the risk is obviously a very, very important point. I will talk about it in a second. But let this thing do its job, and it can do it better than you. I almost guarantee it. So we're talking about quantum edge AI, and it's a fully automated day trading algorithm with real-time AI optimization. This thing is set and forget. It will learn while it trades. It trades multiple different markets with multiple different trading edges, and has a 10-year probability edge with a backwardation certainty, okay, to ensure the stability and performance over time. Because we actually deliver an entire set to you that you can simulate it back for as long as you have data, right? That's basically unheard of an AI. It's not only forward thinking, but it will also give you the historical plot, because we have used it and let it learn the data over the last 10 years, right? Because in the technological edge, especially in self-learning, the more data, the better. So we fed this thing all like 10 years of tick data for each market we trade. So it actually knows the market before you even turn it on live for the first time on your end. And it trades long, it trades short, it will work in up markets, it will be in down markets, right? And it has the safeguard technology, which basically means always trades with stops. And there are also a couple of setups and tactics that you can add multiple more layers of protection. So if you set this up and you actually leave the house, that you have not the fear that this thing will take your account and blow it through the door. Okay. Now, this is pretty amazing. A robot like this. But I always hear it's like, yeah, Christian, I just need the robot and later, right? But it's maybe not that easy, because if I would just give you the robot and would say, hey, here's a robot, see you later, guys, then there's still a lot of things you need to do. It's like you need to know how to turn it on and do this and this and this and this. It would almost be like, I give you like a pile of this, right? And who here knows IKEA, the Swedish furniture store? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so me growing up in Europe, that's why the thick, heavy accent, right? There was like, as a young adult, was the way to go. So, hey, I got my first apartment. Let's go to IKEA and buy furniture, right? Like it was just like what it is. And I think it became popular in America now too. Not been to IKEA in a while though. But like it was the same there. It's like, you go and buy a piece of furniture from the showroom. It looked nice. And then you go and pick it up and it's in a box like the size of an iPhone case, right? And it's like, well, this is my closet. Like, really? Right? Because you need to assemble the whole thing on your own. And then you spend the whole night to build it up and pieces are missing. And it's a horrible experience, right? So it would be as if I would give you a money printing press and say, or machine, hey, here is your AI bot money printing machine, but you need to assemble it on your own. That would basically be bad. Now, to clarify this, before I even go further into this analogy, the AI bot is not a money printing machine. I just take this as an analogy, right? But what if instead of giving you a pile of this, I would give you a setup and a complete ready printing money machine. And all you need to do is turn on the thing and the money would come out, which it does not, right? But like you get the point. And this is exactly what I meant, that we have downright perfected the process of the steps to take any trader of any skill level, put them through it, and have the biggest chance of success in the back. And that is called the 3-step simple execution plan to win with quantum edge. And we have worked with over 4,000 traders and investors using our algorithmic technology in the last 2.5 years. And using this information, this feedback loop, what everyday traders who never used fully automated system, experience, what headache they had, what not. We took it, and it's all influenced in this product to make it downright the most simplistic, easiest way to get started with fully automated trading, with a real edge and not any, like semi-automated other thing that might be out there, right? So now, what are the 3 steps? They are blatantly simple. The first one is the setup. So you come on board, you choose to run this on your computer, or maybe you have a remote computer. We can talk about it in a little bit more. You install NinjaTrader. We can do this for you. If you're new to NinjaTrader, don't worry. We can even install NinjaTrader for you. Then we install Quantum Edge, and you study the historical trade performance. And we'll look at some historical returns in a second, but obviously you will have access to all of that, so you can really make an educated decision to say, this edge, this is what I want. This fits my risk, that fills my goal, and this is a very good starting point, okay? Now, then your setup is complete. Then you go into the next phase, into the trade phase. You choose your risk level. You say, well, I have a XYZ account, I have a $5,000, I have a $50,000 account, whatever it might be. I'm looking for this risk. Think about the sleep number bet, right? This is not a static system. This system can basically be tailored, custom tailored, same as your sleep number bet, to whatever you wanted to risk, okay? You select the probability edge or the probability edge stacks you want to trade. I will show you in a second. And then you turn Quantum Edge on risk-free in simulation. I do not want anybody to take this and turn it on in the live market tomorrow. Not that I'm not believing in it, but I want you to go through the process that has harvested our most successful traders. And our most successful automated traders were not in a hurry. Everybody who came in and said, I need to make this work within 2 days, this is hard, right? It will take a moment, because you need to learn to trust the system. And that can only be over time. That's why don't risk a dime of your own money. Trade it in simulation. Let the system prove it can do what it's supposed to do. And then it will be very, very easy to go to the next step, which is scale. In this case, you might tweak it a little bit from what you see in simulation. And then you basically, do some updates to it. Maybe it's like a little bit more risk, a little bit less. And then you start trading it with live money. Okay. And then use a small position size, let it run, let it make money, and then scale from there. And you will have, a wonderful time for months and years to go if you go through this process the right way. Again, everybody who wants to ram it in and within a week or 2 wants to make it happen, it's very, very rough, right? Even that we make it easy. I will not show you even more testimonials. We have hundreds, if not thousands, of testimonials, but I know you're probably tired of it already. So we have a lot of traders who are very successful with this. So every battle is won before it's fought, right? Sun Tzu, you all heard about it. And that's the same with trading. It doesn't matter if it's manual trading, and it doesn't matter if it's automated trading. And that's why, there's a very crucial aspect of automated trading that we have, integrated and packed into this offer. That is actually, the probability edge stacks, what I talked about earlier. And that are not just probability edge stacks that are static, that are there for you to pick. And I will show you some in a bit. But these get updated monthly, okay? So every month, we're basically, putting a new probability edge stack out, to keep up with whatever the market bias is. It doesn't really matter or mean that, you cannot use that what you hadn't have used before, but we are always on the forefront of making things better for ourselves. And then we're obviously sharing it with a user. So you have the ability to always have the latest and greatest. So now what is a probability edge stack, and why does every single algo trader need one or two? Okay. We make it as easy as the matrix you see in front of you. Okay. You can start, and that's the baseline. And these are all example accounts. Okay. But that is the baseline to then dial in even more and dial your risk and goals and even more. But basically, you have 9 choices at any given time that gets updated on a monthly basis to say, I want to go in a low risk, probability stack. That is the top row, the green one. And we have a $5,000 account example, a 10,000 and a 50,000. Or you say, well, no, I want to do a little bit more. I want to do moderate risk, and then you would choose a probability stack from the yellow row for a 5, 10, or $50,000 account. Or you say, well, no risk, no fun. I want to get some bang for the buck, and then you would choose the bottom row, the red ones. Example of 5, 10, or $50,000. Now, when you think, well, Christian, I have an $8,750 account. How do I do it? Well, we'll show you exactly how you can adjust it to whatever capital you have. And also, everybody here now saying, well, 50,000 is not enough. I want to do it with 500,000. Well, be my guest. You absolutely can do this. But this is what we see a lot of our current users are using. That's why we picked those. So now you can basically go in, and it's an interactive matrix in the member area, and you would click on 10,000 low risk, for instance, right? Or 5,000 moderate risk, right? And then you would see this. Okay, this is an example account with a $5,000 equity, okay? And, it has a moderate risk portfolio. You see it has 4 different, probability edges in there. We trade the S&P 500 micros, the Dow Jones micro, the NASDAQ micro, and the gold micro. And then you see the performance of that example account. Now, there are limitations in this testing, right? Because it is not a real traded account. This is basically the numbers squeezed into the testing matrix to get the idea of how it would have behaved on that risk level with that account size. But you get a pretty good indication because the trades we have collected are basically the same, and now it's just a matter of how they get distributed into this sheet here. Okay, so that is it, and you can get up and running, and there's a one-click install to take that into your NinjaTrader, and that's exactly what we'll show you in the member area. When you say, "Ooh, I like this," then in the member area you will see click, 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 and this entire thing is just set up for you. It is as easy as this. And then you say, well, how about I do it with $10,000? Same thing. See all the edges in there. It's already sized. You can click on it. It will be there. Okay. Or you say, well, for $50,000, so on, so forth. It is as easy as that, and I'm very, very proud of that. It's as easy as we ever made it. To be able to use fully automated systems that also have the punch to make a real positive impact on your account. Okay, now this is great, and I already talked about that this system itself will learn with every single trade and every incoming tick, and that's wonderful. But technology also goes on and on and on. Now, what from a computing power or processing power standpoint on the AI or machine learning side, our capabilities have doubled in the last couple of months, and they will redouble again and redouble again. It will go fast and fast and fast. That means there is always new stuff coming out, new ways we can test it, more data, and so on and so forth. And we'll never stop doing it because obviously we're using it for our own too, right? So now the next part, what I added to the offer, you can basically see it as your sentinel guard, which guards and protects what is values the most. It doesn't matter if it's raining, it's snowing, it does not matter. this guy will protect it. And that's why we have very something similar in here. We have our probability edge guarantee, where we guarantee you that with our quantum edge AI, that automatically runs an edge finder algorithm that scans the market in real time to always find the best edges. And if there is new technology, we will update this and it will be pushed through you. It's very easy and very cool. Now, coming to you have never used automated systems before, you're intrigued of what you're seeing here, you're all ready to get started, but you're still a little bit afraid of, my goodness, can I really do this? I don't see it, right? What we did is we created a zero to algorithmic trading profits blueprint, where from the moment you come in, you basically get guided through the entire process, A to B to Z, okay? And you can come in with zero algo knowledge, zero future trading knowledge, and we'll bring you to the level that you need to basically start operating this algo and these stacks in a very effective manner. Also, the Algo Trader Playbook, that's a list we actually sent you in the mail. It's obviously typical Christian, right? So I don't have this in my hand right now, but I just wanted to grab it, and it's not here. It's probably in the other office. It's a list we'll send you, via mail, where on one piece, basically, of paper is everything, you do, your entire playbook. Do this, then do that, then do this, then, and you can just have it there, and you know exactly how to operate all of this on a very high level. It is amazing, okay? And as always, for all of you guys who know us already, there are lifetime updates for everything we do. If there's a new course created, a new edge created, and whatnot, it will be included, and we'll never ask you for more money for any software upgrades. And last but not least, what I do is, for everyone who is in the Quantum Edge group, I will do personally a monthly session, a live session, which is basically automated trading mastery, where I will show you some more advanced tricks and tips, like how to use algorithms in general, to enhance the performance, to mitigate the risk. And I also do a performance check-in, right? I want to hear how it's going, the good, the bad, the ugly, because only because of that front and backwards communication we have with our users, we were even able to create Quantum Edge in this easy to use way for automated trading. Now, all of that is a lot, and you ask yourself, well, Christian, this is great. I'm super interested. How much is it? And can I sign up now? Well, yes, you can sign up in a second, and we'll show you when the enrollment is open. But if you go to our website right now, ninjacators.com, you look at Quantum Edge, we sell this for $4,997. And right now people come buy this, and for that price, it is an absolute steal of the deal for what this can do to your trading. But as you already have guessed, because you are in this class here today, because you're super interested and you're very eager to get started with this, instead of $4,997 today, you can get everything I just told you for just one payment of $19.97. That is one payment of $19.97. That's not a subscription. That is not a recurring payment. You pay that one time, and you can use it for life, okay? And that is the lowest price we will ever offer this for. And we actually only offer this price for our partnership with Simpler Trading. And we've never sold a program like that for that amount of money. So if you always wanted to get started with automated systems, this is the most affordable way to do that. And you should take advantage of that. So the enrollment for this special offer is open right now. I'm not entirely sure. I assume they will drop the link in the chat box. Jason, if you're there, please confirm that's the case.
It's in the chat box, absolutely.
Okay, so go in the chat box, click the link. I will also click the link in a second and look, with you on that page. But enrollment is open. Go there, secure your copy so you get a spot at Quantum Edge for this ridiculously cheap price. Okay. Now, a couple of more things. First off, there's a 60-day money back guarantee, right? Well, Christian, you might be insane. Trading guarantee, money back guarantee, who does that? Well, we do it. We do it for one reason and one reason only. We believe in, we only want to have users, customers who use our products, who really say, no, I want that, right? We'll not stem it down your throat. If you buy, purchase, enroll into Quantum Edge today, you can go in, and if not everything I told you today is nothing but the truth, and you say, well, it's really not for me, just, you get your money back. It's as easy as that. But chances are, a very small amount of you will actually ask for your money back, because if you start seeing what this can do and how this can transform your trading by taking the opportunity that is in the marketplace right here, right now, and especially in the next couple of months, then, I don't know, then probably trading is not for you. But, again, I really believe you will absolutely love it. 60-day money back guarantee. Now, there is more, right? And with us, there's always more. If you know us, I tend to over deliver, brutally. And I get almost like in fist fights with the rest of the company where I say, no, we need to add more. We need to add more. And they say, Christian, no, we don't, right? So, but here, if you sign up today for this very, very special deal, you also get some bonuses. Bonus number one, that is the Futures Unlocked, a trader's guide to expanding beyond stocks and options. So we have seen that about 50% of our 4,000 people who are using any of our algo products have never traded futures before, but have had some experience and exposure in either stock or option trading. That's why we created a course, which basically, if you are a stock trader, if you're an option trader, which brings you right from what you know into the future market to, learn the basic things, the terms, the names, the slang, a couple of things. You will learn why futures is a great instrument, why it's very, very tax beneficial. Again, ask your CPA for this. I cannot give you any tax advice, but just call them up and say, hey, I heard, futures profits are tax beneficial. Please tell me about it, and let them tell you about it, and so on and so forth. There's so many amazing things with futures, and it's so easy if you have traded options or stocks before to really do the leap. It almost feels like the easier instrument to trade. Again, it's probably not, but that's just my feeling. This bonus is fantastic. It's yours if you sign up for Quantum Edge today. Bonus number two, and that is easily one of the most frequently asked questions of our users. It doesn't matter which algo program you enroll in. Christian, how fast can I make my first $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 with this, right? Well, about the speed, I don't know. Some of you, can do it a little bit faster. Some of you a little bit longer. Some of you will never reach this, right? But, I created a blueprint on how to make your first $10,000 with Quantum Edge. And it's a video training, which basically shows you from A to Z, almost like from zero to hero, what you would need to do to make your first $10,000 with Quantum Edge. Fantastic course, and I know you will love it. And just watch it, digest it, and then get to work. Last but not least, there's more. There's a bonus number 3 when you sign up for Quantum Edge today. Never fear losses again mini course. Guys, losses and thinking about potentially losing money can be with manual trading, can be with automated trading, whatever it might be, is absolutely frightening and a state of mind which should not be permanent on your mind, right? What we have is, we created this mini course to basically start easing your mind towards probabilities, right? Because our mind also starts playing tricks on us when it comes down to, oh, this is very risky. Well, no, it's not, right? Because like maybe you don't know better, or you just hop over, some facts that you don't know, like whatever it is. So we lay out in this course how really actually you don't never ever need to worry about losses again. And we prove everything by numbers, because guys, this is what we do. We're not trading based on our emotions. We're trading based on numbers, evidence, and probabilities. And that same set of numbers we can use to ease our minds to stop fearing losses. You will love this, okay? Now, if some of you are around here and say, sounds fantastic, Christian, I'm absolutely in, love the product, love the money back guarantee, love the potential, want to take advantage of it, but I still really don't know if I can do this because I'm really not tech savvy, okay? Maybe you can place a trade, but you have the fear you cannot do this because of technology hurdles, right? Then I must say, yes, but let's work on this together. And everybody who signs up for Quantum Edge gets, if you want to, a concierge white glove setup where one of our technicians comes to you and like on your computer remotely and sets up the trading platform, Quantum Edge, your workspace, your charts, right? So basically, everything I showed you here, we would basically set up so you're off to the races and you can start looking at it while you learn it. Now, I must say the setup itself is very simple. Within a few minutes, you on your own, without our technician, you can do all of this. But just knowing the peace of mind that if you need help, you can book a white glove service. It's complimentary for everybody who signs up, and we will do the installation for you, okay? Now, with some of you guys, again, know about us or not, but we are, not a big organization, but by now the Ninjacators organization, or part of the organization, are a little bit more than 50 people. And when we started our automated trading effort back in 2022, we actually started building a bot team just to support our fully automated trading folks. There are 16 team members of the Ninjacators crew who are working only to support automated traders, which would be you when you sign up for Quantum Edge today. So just know that it's not a one person endeavor. We are here as a team, and we're doing everything we can to make you as successful as you can using our software. And as a matter of fact, it was just this morning I was asking our head of support. I said, tonight I will probably tell how great you guys are. Can you please show me again how great you are? And then she went into our customer ticketing software. It's called Zendesk. And she pulled out the satisfaction ranking of all customer tickets, which were sent in from January this year to basically right now. So she put it in till December this year, right? But it's basically up until today. And you can see that our satisfaction score, how our clients rate our support, is 99.3%. So that makes me proud. So especially because I brag so much about them, but now with that hard evidence, I might even brag more about them. So just know, guys, if there's a problem, chances are we can help you, right? Same as we helped the last 3,438 tickets, problems, concerns that came in, and we were able to make this happen. And again, I don't want to give you more testimonials. We have more testimonials than I can think of, but our support is great. The white glove is great. Folks really, really love this. Okay, so this is a lot. There's one more. I don't know. Do you guys see me on camera? Jason, do you see me on camera?
We can see you. Yeah, we can see you just
wonderful.
fine. We're about to see the book. Let's have it.
Good. And this here is my legendary. For everybody who signs up for Quantum Edge today, okay? Only today, like the bonuses and what you get, but like only if you sign up for Quantum Edge today, I will send you this book. I will mail this book to you. This is not just any book. This is my absolute, personal favorite. This is basically the guy who has inspired my life's work in trading, Jim Simons. Okay, if you have not heard about Jim Simons, you absolutely need to read this book. So Jim Simons is, a math guy, no idea about trading whatsoever, but came up with the idea back in the day with two ideas which are completely insane. The first one was, you know what? I think I can apply math to trading and make money. Well, that was like insane in general. Not having traded at all, no idea of trading, not Wall Street, no idea, right? And then the second one, he basically like said in the same sentence, and I will do it with fully automated strategies. That was back in the day, at the time where then Wall Street said, well, there is one guy who like is completely insane, and he thinks he can beat the market with math and can do it automatically. And guess what, guys? He did it in futures the most of the time. This guy, a math professor, with another bunch of people who have no idea about trading, solved the market. And that's the name of the book, The Man Who Solved the Market. Up until today, unfortunately, he died at the beginning of this year. But up until today, nobody on this planet was able to deliver a better long-term performance than this guy who has no idea about trading. You need to read this book, and everybody who wants to get involved into the market needs to read this book. It's very inspiring. I will send this hard copy to you. If you sign up for Quantum Edge today, you will get this in the mail, and you will absolutely enjoy it. As always, again, 60-day money-back guarantee. Come try it out, see it for yourself. Seeing is believing. Wow, that's a lot. Let me sum this up. Then I go to the order form, walk you through there, and then I'll answer any questions. Okay. So to sum it all up, what do you get when you sign up for Quantum Edge today? You get the Quantum Edge AI, the AI self-optimizing robot, which can trade multiple different markets at the same time. You get the probability edge guarantee that your edge will stay intact. You get the monthly updated probability stacks where, based on example account sizes and risk tolerance, you can start choosing it and then dial it in for your needs. The zero to algorithmic trading blueprint, which allows literally anybody of any skill level to start using these fully automated systems or this fully automated system to actually use the Algo Trader playbook, which we sent you in the mail too, lifetime updates, monthly live automated trading mastery with me personally, and 3 bonuses. Number 1, the Futures Unlock Trader's Guide to expand beyond stocks and options. Number 2 is how to make your first $10,000 with Quantum Edge video training. Number 3, never fear losses again mini course, and all of that for a never ever ever before heard or seen price of $19.97. One-time payment, no other fees. Now, enrollment is open. I bet Jason puts the link in the chat a couple of more times that you really get it. When you click this, you will come to this page. Then you will see this is the easiest plug and trade way today to harness the full potential of the algorithmic market revolution that allows any trader of any skill level to start trading with confidence, ease, no experience, no guesswork, no hassle. And then everything we talk through here is written down here. If you are ready to get going, you can click this "Yes, I am in" button and to take advantage of the offer. If you want to have a little bit more information, you can scroll through. Here are a couple of items, again, more in detail what you get, a couple of our testimonials. Just go through, read through whatever you want to do. 60-day money-back guarantee, talked about it, and then you say, "Yes, I am in." You come to the order form. Again, everything you get, including the 60-day money-back guarantee, and for the ridiculous one-time payment of $1,997. If you are ready to get rolling and secure your copy for this unheard price, put your details in, click here, and we get your copy ready. All right, Jason, do we have questions?
We do have questions. Thank you, Christian. That was great. Everyone here that has already signed up, it's a pleasure to have you. This is Jason with Ninjacators. It's been a minute, but we are thrilled to have you here. John, GS, Steve, Richard, Robert, Wu, Robert, two Roberts have already joined. Jorge, Helen, it's great to have you. James, we see you guys coming in. Let us be the first to welcome you into Quantum Edge and into the Ninjacators family. We are thrilled to have you here, and you're going to be surrounded by an entire team, starting with your white glove. Now, this is a great time to put questions in. Folks, we already see your questions here. Colin, Neil, John, we will get to your questions. Those of you that have come across or already have our other programs, we'll be addressing that really directly here in just a minute. Christian, we've got a lot of folks here, and I'd like to go back to the beginning of our presentation. We know that a lot of the simpler trading family trades options, stocks and options. If I am, you know me, I'm going to turn 50 in a couple of years. Technology has not always been my thing. You know that as well. And I love options. What should I expect if I come in for Quantum Edge? I buy Quantum Edge, I install it, I roll out of bed on a random Tuesday. What is this thing going to do? Is it a series of bots? How is it making money for me?
Yeah. So the very first thing I must say, if you are trading options, your life will become much simpler when you trade futures in any capacity. Because options is, you do not roll out of bed in the first place and get the call, "I'm an option trader now," right? You arrive there probably by a couple of steps in between. But if you're an option trader and you love to trade options, because trading options is almost like a hobby that can pay you, right? You're doing this for the purpose, and most option traders really like what they do. They are smart people, very analytical, and if you are that, you will love everything about Quantum Edge. And what I would absolutely recommend to do is you keep doing what you love and trade your options. You set up Quantum Edge on the side, let it do its job. The process of this is very easy. You're up and running in no time. From a daily engagement with the bots, it's not longer than a few minutes needed, right? Like calculate 5-10 minutes a day to get it, basically turn it on, let it run. You don't need to micromanage it, but you can watch it any given time, right? But you don't need to. And well, then you have the best out of both worlds. You do what you love with option trading, and you make some money on the side with futures. So that is how I would do it. And guys, we have so many of these traders, right? Who manually trade whatever they want to trade. They just set it up on the side, knowing let it day trade, right? Because most option traders are also not day traders. Well, if you trade 0 DTEs, well, yes, but I would make the guess you do weeklies or whatnot. It's more kind of like a multi-day kind of thing. why not take advantage of intraday volatility and intraday market movement and let the bots capture this automatically for you and dip into the honeypot with both hands.
So keep going with my existing strategy. If you're trading weeklies, if you're trading credit spreads, if you're swing trading, if you've got an income strategy that is week after week or month after month, this is a great opportunity because you keep that going. And all of the magic and all of the strategies that you've already learned with simpler trading, that stays in place. Christian, this thing gets turned on and it takes advantage of these micro movements in the market that happen during the day. So that's the volatility that you were talking about, and that's what these bots capitalize on. So
Yep.
if sorry, Christian, what?
Yeah, exactly. And also to clarify, and we can just see it here on the chart again, right? Uh, we're not talking about high frequency trading or so. That's a game as a retail trader. It's very hard to enter because it's still a technology battle, right? The one with the lowest latency has the biggest potential. And that's the one with the deepest pocket, which is not a retail trader. But the quantum edge is basically a day trading strategy, if you will. And you see it here on the chart. This year was, the trade was what's like 2 hours long, 30 minutes long, 3 hours long, 4 hours long, 2 hours long. So, it does not do high frequency trading. And you see there are not plenty trades. It's not that it trades 27 times a day, right? No, when it trades very, very precise. And that's why it makes it so perfect for the strategy that you set and forget on the side. It has enough punch to really make money for the bottom line, but it is not that scary that trades like a maniac that you feel it will get out of control, if that makes any sense.
It makes total sense. So I get to flip this thing on. If I go into the office, I know that it's running in the background. And then, Christian, is that how it's in fact set and forget? That I turn it on, I make sure it's connected to the market, and then the bots already have these edges and they make these trades. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. There are two things I need to say. So first of all, everything is ready to use out of the box with the default settings and the default edges. And you can do it and you can use it as is. You have plenty of customization opportunity if you choose to do so. If not, not. There's no need to do. What I show you here and the results I've shown you are like the out of the box things. I have not tinkered around with this. Okay. Now, can you make it maybe a little bit better when you do a little bit? Yeah, you can. But I'm an 80-20 guy, right? I much rather set it up and forget about it and let it do its job versus spending a couple of hours every day to do it, because then I can very well also spend my entire day trading, right? And the second thing, what I want to make sure is whatever you do, if you are a retail trader, means you are like by the eyes of the law, not considered a professional. You have the opportunity, from the exchange and from the regulatory body to actually set it up and let it run without supervision, right? Right now, that is like it's perfectly legal. Now, a professional, if you're considered a professional, you would need to supervise it all day, every day. But we as retail traders have actually a huge benefit by not needing to do this. And yes, most of our users make sure they are connected in the mornings, before 9:30 Eastern Standard Time is when they would start trading. Just make sure between any time before 9:30, you make sure you're connected to your trading platform, or your trading platform is connected to your broker, and then you go on with life. And then at night, whatever it is, after close or whatnot, just check out how it looks like. Is there an open position? Yes, no, maybe. Chances are you will turn it on. You will let it run the entire week, but just make sure to check it every day. That's important. And then there are two other items on Friday, when at the end of the day, like, and you can do it on Saturday or Sunday, but at the end of the week, you need to do like one thing to basically get it ready for Monday morning. It will just take 2 minutes or three. Yeah, but it's very set and forget.
Perfect. Ari, I see your questions. Thomas, we'll get to your question. Billy, Winston, William, Jihad, Neil, those of you that have technical questions, we will crank through all of those very quickly. Now, Christian, it's set and forget. Awesome. I can do it if I'm a options trader. Great. So when the bots are in the market and they have this edge, say I'm a day trader and I enjoy manual trading myself, what can the bots do that I can't?
Yeah, the bots can do a couple of things you can't. The bots can execute a trading edge, a predefined trading edge, faster, more reliable than you could, because no human being could do between 9:30 and 4 o'clock at every given second execute like clockwork. Like, it's just not possible. The second thing they can do is they don't bring emotion into play, because I can tell you guys, I'm a trader. This was my job, right? So I know trading a little bit, right? If you are in a brutal losing streak, and when I was trading for the bank, manually trading for the bank, and I had the streaks where over days and weeks, I really lost money. Gee, and then you go next day into the office and you need to execute precisely your strategy, knowing that you got kicked in the butt over and over and over again. The toll this takes on you, right, is brutal. But if you don't do it, well, guess what? You will never be a successful trader. If you start changing your strategy when you have a 2, 3, 4 week losing streak, and then you say, well, I don't take this trade. It is my setup, but I don't take it because I believe, I don't know what I believe. And then that trade will pay for the last 10 losers. Well, your robot will never do this. Your robot will trade by trade when it's time to trade. You cannot. And the third thing this thing can do is it will freaking get better. Like, it will get better. When was the last time you increased your trading performance, right? Trade after trade, like, chances are it's never happening, right? Well, it's really not happening for me. And again, I did that for a long time as a professional trader. It is so hard. So those are the three on top of my hat. And there's a lot of other things around that, hey, trust the numbers, right? If you have, and now I can show it, now it makes sense for you. So what you see right here in my tabs are these edge stacks set up I showed you, right? For instance, here, let's just go to $10,000 high risk right here, right? So, if you would go to the matrix I showed you, the 9 things where you say like, hey, $10,000 high risk, double click on it, see everything about it. In NinjaTrader, you can install this entire stack as it is and actually see the results that it brought, right? And these are the results just from the beginning of last year till actually end of last week, okay? And then you can see the numbers that it almost made $60,000 with a maximum drawdown of $2,000, right? Like, you have the proof in the numbers. You don't need to guess. And okay, this is a statistic out of 1,217 trades, okay? Now, look at the numbers and say, okay, now I have a data set to make an educated decision on. So you don't need to do it on the gut feel of, yeah, you know what, the strategy, like this indicator looks good, or this setup, yeah, worked the last 5 times. No, let the numbers talk, right? And if you make trading not about your emotional feelings anymore, but about the numbers, and you learn to become an operator of this, your life will get easier, less stressless, probably more profitable in trading, probably. And again, you have your 10x potential built in. Because here's the next thing. Now you do this, your account grows, or now you want to just put more money in, you just tell the bots, okay, now you trade 10 times the size, right? The bot does not care, right? It doesn't care if it trades one contract like or 7 or 10. It doesn't matter. It will do the same and the same. And if you start trading bigger size, I'm not sure who of you does that, then that takes mentally a complete different toll, right? And we had, back when I was at the bank, this is a real thing, and every trader has a cap. If you think you can trade and you have as much money at your fingertips as you can trade, you will run into a hurdle where you say, I cannot execute this trade with that number of contracts, because your brain starts messing with you, right? And it's okay. You're a human being. The robots don't have this. Like, they don't care. So I hope, like, I could spend another half an hour on this, Jason, but I think you get the point.
I do. So the bots can take in data that my human brain can't, that allows them to execute trades that I'm not going to see. The bots aren't going to get frustrated. They're not going to overtrade. They're not going to have emotion as a factor. And friends, thanks to the technology, they're going to get smarter over time. So if I have that confidence with the bots, I know they're going to run in the background. I can check on them a couple of times throughout the course of the day, but it's going to be hands off. Christian, is it one bot that's trading one market? If I've got like a $5,000 or a $10,000 account, is it one bot trading one market, two bots trading three markets? Do I stack the bots? How does all that work?
Yeah. So what I always would do, and I just go backwards. I have this here somewhere. What I always would do is start small. Okay. So there's no, like, obviously if you have like a couple of $100,000, you don't need to start trading the robots on $5,000. But start with a low risk kind of that setup. What the bot, or the edge of the bot is in 4 markets. So you can trade each of the markets as a standalone. You can say, I want to trade the AI edge only on the S&P. You can do it. You can only trade it on the S&P micro. You can do it on the Dow, on the Nasdaq, on gold, right? But where really it starts shining, is the portfolio idea I basically, showed you earlier. Think about it as your investment portfolio. And it makes really not much sense to trade just one market with the bot, but always a combination of markets and different edges. And that is what our probability edge stacks are, right? So, and again, by default, we have 9 of those to choose from as a starting point. And these will change on a monthly basis. There will be always different ones, right? Depending on the market situation. But you would basically click on there, and each of these stacks trades multiple edges in multiple markets. And again, the $5,000 one, for instance, trades the S&P micro, the Nasdaq micro, the gold micro, and the Dow micro. Okay. And if you look at a little bit bigger accounts, you can see now we are start trading S&P regulars, gold regulars, Dow regulars, and then just some Nasdaq micros, and even more gold micros, right? So you see that the edges or the stacks have already baked in a multi-layer, probability. And why not, right? You as a human trader cannot trade 3-4 markets perfectly simultaneously and execute it, but the bots can do it. Talking about 10x, think about portfolio.
Perfect. So the stacks are already made for me. I can
Yes.
choose them based on my risk tolerance. We have that ready and waiting. I can choose it based on my account size. And so there isn't a ton that I have to go through and analyze right out of the gates. So if I choose my stack, say I'm moderate risk, I'm trading with a $10,000 account, I can see that it's going to trade a basket of instruments there for me, the S&P micro, the Nasdaq, gold, etc. Then beyond that, Christian, I mean, the bots just do their thing. Do the bots need to be updated? Do the bots need to be maintained? What am I on the hook for after I pay this and set it up?
Yeah. So the very first thing I want to say is there is a learning curve, and there will be a learning curve in learning how to operate all of that and basically get the process down. Basically, the process I described as, set up, trade, scale, right? So there are things to learn in each of these buckets. Now, you can go through the material very, very quickly, within a couple of hours on a weekend, and that's good. So you have the basic understanding of everything. But at the end of the day, there will be always some daily tasks for you to do. And that's why we also sent you the playbook as a list, in the mail, where step by step, everything, you need to take, a look at on a daily basis is on. Every day in the morning, make sure your computer is connected. The strategies are started, and that's basically it, right? And once a week, you need to clean some of the data cache, like 2 minutes, and that's it. So the recurring effort is very minimal, but you have some learning to do to understand how to do it all. Even though it's very simple, it is not easy, and it will take a moment to learn. So what I will tell you is, you sign up, you start going through the material, sign up for the live class with me, and start digesting it. But like, I want you to get up and running, within an hour after you sign up. So if you buy today, and by the way, if you buy today, I sent you this book, right? My personal favorite book. If you on your own, because the setup is so simple, you can basically have this up and running tomorrow morning by cash session start, and you can see the bots trading in live simulation without risking money. Even if you don't have NinjaTrader right now and nothing, you go into the member area, and it's very easy to set all of this up, okay? So you can have it running tomorrow and start looking at it while you then go through the other content. Or if you say, well, I come in, but I much rather want to have somebody install it, well, then book a white glove installation, and our technicians will meet with you and install it. And then you start looking at the live simulation while you then look at the historical returns.
We have a few technical questions to crank through, Christian. First of all, does this work on a Mac? And can you talk a little bit about broker integration? So this is on the NinjaTrader platform. What brokers will it work with? And can I trade this on a Mac?
Yeah. So first off, NinjaTrader as a trading platform, as most trading platforms, only are Windows-based. But what you can do, and what our users do who use Macs, they use a remote computer. That is basically what I showed you here earlier, okay? So let me just do this here. On this background, you will see a little bit better. So you see this window, what I'm moving around. So this is basically a computer in a server center where the robots are running at. Regardless, they run there. I know they always have power. They have always internet. I don't need to even have my computer on for them to run. And if you use something like this, which is very safe, like from all the technical items I just named, is you can also connect with your Mac to this. So our users who use Mac use a remote computer where everything runs on. And the next thing is about a broker integration. Now, if you're a legacy, well, I hope that's clear with Mac. Now, with the broker integration, if you are a NinjaTrader legacy user, there are gajillions of brokers, right? But not too long ago, a couple of years ago, NinjaTrader also basically opened their own brokerage. So it's now NinjaTrader platform and NinjaTrader brokerage, and obviously they want to push their own brokerage. That means the option, the list of options for very good future brokers have shrunken down. This is my point of view. And from a capability standpoint of view, have really shrank down to two. One is NinjaTrader brokerage, and you can basically Google it. Just go here and say NinjaTrader brokerage right there. That's their site. It's a discount brokerage, which obviously integrates directly into NinjaTrader. And the second option, which is technically working very well, is interactive brokers. Don't want to log in. So my account statement earlier. That's obviously the behemoth of, retail brokers and obviously, even semi-professional brokers, interactive brokers. So those two are a very good broker option. But again, check it out. They have both pros and cons. And, but those are two options to look at for sure. What I wanted to tell you too is, I like that you already think about trading live. Okay, that's good because you want to make money with it. This is what I want you to do too. But I also do not want you to stress out about it. From a money making perspective, because the one thing I want you to do when you sign up today and set everything up tomorrow is I want you to start trading in simulation anyway. And you can do this without a brokerage account. So you can just have the live simulated stuff without even making the decision. I go to this broker, I go to that broker. Okay, so don't stress out about this here. I know that the question will probably come. That's why I'm answering it already. Is we have a lot of clients who trade multiple accounts on one platform with one bot. They set the bot up to trade their margin account. They trade their, IRA account. They trade their spouse's IRA account. You can do all of this. And both NinjaTrader brokerage as well as interactive brokers offer IRA options. Now, if you need to move your IRA from Schwab or whatnot, then it's always a little bit of a hassle, right? But it would be probably worth it when you look at the performance. So we have a lot of people who move, that stuff around, but it will take some time. So, don't get stressed and just take that time where you figure out the broker, to learn how to use the bot, get comfortable with it. And then when your brokerage stuff is in row, maybe you are already ready to go live.
Winston is asking, can I use it on multiple computers? And Shazad is asking, Shazad, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Do we choose the broker, Christian, or does the member choose themselves?
Yeah, so first is you choose the broker. And now we're just talking about the technical capability because the robots are running inside NinjaTrader. That's the only trading platform they run inside. And we just basically say, these are the two best options that actually have direct connectivity to the NinjaTrader trading platform. But you choose what is right for you. If you like NinjaTrader better, go there. If you like Interactive better, go there. It's absolutely your choice. The second question was, can you use it on multiple computers? The answer is no. This is a one computer license, but if you want to use it on two computers, you can buy a second license. Again, same price for like $19.97. I would probably even stock up on licenses.
Friends, we have the chat open. We also have the question and answer box open. The chat is private to just Christian, myself, and our immediate team. The Simpler team is there as well. If you would like to chat with someone live over the phone, you're looking at this, you'd like to ask more specific questions, you'd like to get a better understanding if this system is for you and how it works, and you want to have that conversation with someone over the phone, put your name and your number in the chat. Only we can see it. Your information is safe. It's not shared with everyone else on the webinar here. And Jeff Watkins and our team will be in touch with you. This is a low pressure, very easy way for you to just get your questions answered and really understand via a live phone call with one of our specialists if this is for you. So if that's something you'd like to pursue, go ahead. If you would like to complete your transaction, and you just need a little bit of guidance or you're running into any difficulty, please put your name in the chat and we will get you taken care of. SS, yes, of course, just share your number right there in the chat. We appreciate that. Just keep them coming. Jeff and his team is on standby, ready to talk to you. They know the system inside and out. They also know the track record and the history. So if you're trying to make sense of the results and understand based on your account size, your experience, your availability to manage this on a day in, day out basis, if it's really for you, Jeff and his crew is going to be able to walk you through that. Praveen, Alonzo, Michael, Sudeep, all of you that are putting your number in the chat right now, thank you. Those of you that have already signed up, Bruce, Hikori, Terry, Devang, Darren, Praveen, Guna, hopefully I see your name right, Billy, try and keep up. It's great to have you aboard. Welcome to Quantum Edge and welcome to the Ninjacators family. All right, so one of the biggest questions that we get, Christian, I see the questions here about folks that have had exposure to other programs, even some of our programs. We'll get to that in just a second, but I sign up. I get into the members area, I check things out. What resources are immediately available to me to make sure that I succeed?
Yeah, so the very first you will see is an email from us, with a login credential for your member area. And in the member area, you will basically have content that gets, published the more you dig into it. So when you come into the member area right now, you will see everything from how to get started in no time, all basics, the software download, how to install it. All of that is there for you. Again, even if you are not a tech whiz, within, an hour, you can have it installed, connected, set up, running, and a basic understanding of it. That is how tight the content is. Then, I would say do this first. If you struggle with this, you have your white glove installation, we can install it for you. And then, go and start the course. Start the course 0 to profits with Quantum Edge. And the more you digest it, the more modules will be unlocked, and just go through it. And while you do it, check the performance, of your live simulation, check the performance of all the stacks. Everything is right there in the member area, when you sign into right now.
All right. Michael, if you can clarify your question about the difference between this and Ninjacator Pro, I think I have an idea what you might be asking about, but we want to make sure we get you taken care of. Christian, Steven is asking, I currently have bots running on my NinjaTrader that are trading futures. Can he still run these at the same time, or does he need to buy a second NinjaTrader license?
Yeah, usually that should be not a problem whatsoever. I don't know what bots you're running and how they are built. But our bots are like NinjaTrader almost feels they are native to NinjaTrader, like a default NinjaTrader indicator, if you will. So it's not often that if you have other third-party things that they will be in conflict with each other. So it should be good. I don't know for sure if there might be technical things, but in general, yes, you can use whatever robots you're running, use our robots too, and run it all from the same machine. That should be not a problem.
Those of you that have just come into the program and you have questions or you need help, starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, our support team is going to be there to help you. Those of you that have questions and you're thinking about coming into the program, but gosh, you'd like to chat with someone live, Jeff Watkins and his team are standing by. Again, just put your name and number into the chat. We'll make sure that we get in touch with you. Not a problem. Now, Christian, for those that are maybe on the fence, what we've shared here, it seems like a really accessible, easy to use, affordable way to get started with automated trading. But gosh, what if there's a chance it's not for me? How does the guarantee play into that? Why 60 days? And are there any hoops I got to jump through?
Yeah. So the very first thing I wanted to say, again, for me, it's probably easy to say, but if you are remotely interested in automated trading, I almost guarantee you that this is the most easiest, simplistic way to get started, yet have a massive trading edge. Okay. I don't know about any other thing on the market accessible for retail traders, let alone for $1,997 that can remotely do what this does. Okay. And is easy to use. It's done for you. It's literally everything you can do. As a matter of fact, is I believe if you come in and you feel, oh my God, this is too complicated, then what you can do is obviously you can ask for your money back. And no, we don't, we'll give you a hassle because we only want you if you really see what this thing can do for you in the next couple of months and years, right? And if you want your money back, then, you know, like send us a message and you get your money back. It's literally that easy, right? So I feel we have, you know, really, we're taking the risk here. Like we are taking the risk, and because we want you to be in there, experiencing it, making money with it. Because I know, as I said earlier, if you take this in a year from now, you say, my goodness, I'm a very happy camper. Christian, what's my next step? Let's talk. There are more advanced systems, more advanced programs you can go into, which then can even be more powerful. But everything or every other system, every more advanced system we have is also more advanced from the learning curve, usability, and all of this. So you need to be much more committed. Here is literally come in, let it run for half a year or a year. Guys, quite frankly, what is the risk, right? Like, is the risk $1,997? Like, really? Like, you know, for that upside potential, you know, it's the biggest no-brainer since mankind if you want to tap into automated trading, right? And yeah, what do you have to lose? And just ask yourself the question. I feel not spending 1997 and never knowing if this really actually could produce for you is a bigger damage than actually if you give us 1997 and it would not work, right? Then at least you would say, okay, this opportunity didn't work and check. Oh, and by the way, there's a money back guarantee. So, you know, you know, you just need to look in the mirror and ask yourself seriously, do I want to try this out and or not, right? Because from my point of view, there's really not much, you know, that you know you can break with this. Why 60 days? Now, this is a great question. We tried everything out. So first of all, I'm a very firm believer of money back guarantees. That's just me. And because I also enjoy when I buy stuff that it has a money back guarantee. It gives me warm and fuzzy feeling. I'm not sure if I ever asked for my money back though. Normally it's my wife, you know, because if I buy something I don't like, I just forget about and move on. But again, I like to buy with a money back guarantee because I have the feeling, not necessarily that it will ask for my money back, but I have the feeling that if somebody is that bold and offers a money back guarantee, whatever I get cannot be that bad, right? And 60 days, because I don't want to stress you guys, right? Because I know some of you say, I buy it today, tomorrow I run it in sim, on Monday I will trade it live, right? And I tell you, don't do it. Run it in sim for a little bit longer. You know, let it trade without risk. Get the feel of it. See the good, the bad, the ugly. It can produce wonderfully for you, wonderfully. But there will be losing days, losing weeks, losing months, right? And if you buy today and you have like a 30-day like losing streak, and it would be a 30-day money back guarantee, and then you would say, you know what? I need to ask for my money back because I have not seen it make money. Well, shit, well, this BS, right? You know, trade it for 60 days, right? Your chances of being able to see some profits are pretty sustainable, right? Like it's pretty big. So I don't want to stress anyone because it does not make any sense to stress you. 60 days, if you don't like it, ask for your money back, and here goes.
Wonderful. Christian, we have a lot of people that are joining right now, and everyone has varying levels of ambition. Everyone has varying levels of risk tolerance. If I'm trading with a $50,000 account or a $5,000 account, but just about everyone has something in the back of their mind. How does this all get screwed up? How do people come in and just not see the results they're looking for, set themselves up for ultimate either failure or disappointment? What is it that goes wrong more often than not?
Yes, two things how to screw this up. And actually, I might even do a video class I will record for the member area, like how to F it up. This would be nothing I would add to the offer stack, but from everybody to really see and feel it and hear it firsthand is the number one thing that messes this up is when you over leverage. It's very simple. It's in trading, right? And our brokers are not really always our friends, right? Because they give us leverage, intraday margin, where we say like, ooh, I can trade an S&P contract with $1,000. You should not do that. Don't do that. If you are the one who trades an S&P contract with $1,000 and you say, I have a $5,000 account, I put 5 contracts on this, and then there's one market move and your account is dry, please don't call me, right? Because that would be stupid. Size appropriate. We will teach you how we size. You can either take it or leave it. But if you take that and basically put it in your mind, what is recommended as baseline in these stacks, as well as what we teach you we do, then you should not have a problem of over leveraging. And then you would basically say, check, that is not a pitfall for me. Okay, so over leveraging. The second one is impatience. As I said before, you look at these results, and let me get my thing here, my pen, right? So you see these are the trading results from January 22 till end of last week. Okay. Now you see that this probability stack has made 1,217 trades. It has had a $1,000 intraday drawdown. It has an average net profit of $912 a month. But also you will see this year, time to recover, right? And that's 54 days. That means between equity high and next equity high, the longest period between that is 54 trading days. And you see it on the equity curve. This might not be it, but this year is probably it. This could be it. Maybe this could be it. This could be it. This definitely could be it. Okay. So there are 54 days where this thing doesn't make any money before it comes out of a drawdown at times, right? So if you now go and say, hey, I start this, and let's say you start this today, and tomorrow is day 1 of 54. So first of all, 54 doesn't mean that it cannot be 56 or 60 in the future, right? We don't know. But that is just the data set. Trust the data. Now, if you then say, okay, well, after 30 days, right, I see, hey, this thing hasn't made any money for me yet now in simulation, Christian. I think you are full of it, and I think it doesn't work, right? And then I would say, well, let's look at the numbers. Let's see what we are seeing. And if everything is good, then, well, just keep it on. Because chances are, the statistical chance that you will be underwater longer than 54 days are very small. They can be, but they're very small, right? So if you are impatient and throw in the towel after 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then say, hey, I want my money back, and that then causes you to miss the biggest a trading opportunity of your lifetime, that would be absolutely insane. Give yourself time. This is not a get rich quick thing. This is a very reliable way with a very high probability that you can make money, but give it time. Say give it 3 months, give it half a year. In the entire data set, there's not a half a year drawdown period. And you can see this thing on a $10,000 account made $31,000, right? Between January 22 and 24. Would you let a merely 54-day drawdown period, get in the way of basically tripling your account on autopilot? And guys, this is the low risk one, right? If you put some bank to it, you would make probably, would have made $50,000. So that is the second thing I see people mess up. First thing, leverage, don't over leverage. Second thing, be patient. Be patient. So if you have these covered, you already are more than halfway to, the glory land, literally.
Brett has a question here that I think follows on nicely. And Brett, thank you for both your questions here. First of all, he's asking about Thinkorswim for manual trading. It takes a lot of memory. Hey, can quantum run parallel with good performance, or is there an alternative solution to that? And then on to that, Christian, he wants to know, and I love the way he put this, how many knobs, levers, settings are typical to have to get it to the set its state? So
Yeah.
the results that you're looking at here, how much tinkering do you need to do, and how much memory is this going to take up?
Good. Love this question. The very first thing I wanted to say is, you can get arrive manual at those numbers, right? But we have we have a technology, not only for this, but also for other programs, that is just crunching 24/7, the different etches and sees what to do, right? It's a permanent thing. If you manually would want to do this, then you can be efficient with this, and it will probably take you a couple of days to come to something, right? But the good part is, this is work we do anyway, and we post every month, so you don't need to worry about it. But if you now want to go there and modify it, you can modify it in a lot of different levers. Now this, for instance, that's the $10,000 low probability edge. Now, right, if we go back here, that is the $10,000 low risk summary. So this is this year, right? So now you see these are the $31,120.08. That is the same as here, right? So we're basically taking the number directly from the trade data, but you have the ability to look at all the numbers like this directly in the trading platform. And what you will then see is on top here, you will see that you have the performance broken down by edge, the edge and the MES, GC, MNQ, and MYM. So you can basically also click on it and see then the detailed trade list for each edge, okay? And obviously here is the all edges combined trade together. And then from here on, you can go and look at all statistics, right? You can look at the equity curve. You could look at dailies, weeklies. You can change this to net profit, and you see this. You can take a look at the cumulative max drawdown right here. You can look at the max drawdown per se. You have all data, and that is what I'm saying is, you have all data so that you never need to guess what you want to do or not. You just need to ask the right question, and the data is there, and the data is your friend. Okay, so that's the first part of the question. The second part of the question is, hey, if I want to modify this, how do I do it? Well, first is you can go in each single edge and modify the edge individually. You can say, well, you look at this here and say, well, here, MNQ, for instance, the drawdown is $803. That's too much. I want to see if I get it down. Well, you can go and there are a gajillion settings that you can twinkle and test on and see if there are better combinations. But at the end of the day, it's pretty optimal as it is. And don't forget, it learns while it trades, right? And there's one set of settings that is basically the learning settings. And the second set of settings are settings which are predefined based on basically a predictive cycle analysis, where, you know, we crunch this data on our end and basically get them to the robots so they know what's to doing. And then there's a set of settings, you know, which are more or less simple settings, you know, about the entry trigger and that you can tinker around with, right? Again, if you're a tinkerer, you're in paradise. If you don't want to touch it, you are in paradise too. Now, the next part of the question, hey, how can I set this up, right? And I give you an example. You come to this control center, and then you do right mouse click and say portfolio builder. You see this here? Click on it. And then all these portfolios are actually in there, okay? So you can basically say, hey, I want, which one did we take a look at? The $10,000 low risk, right?
Yep, that's the one.
I double click and it asks me now, do you want to set it up on a SIM account? And I would say yes. And then I say, okay. And you see these four just appearing here, which are not turned on. Now it has automatically set up this stack with these stats that has produced like those stats, right, on your machine with one mouse click. And the only thing I need to do is click, 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 and it would turn them on. And the moment they turn green, they would start trading. That is it, guys. That, like, this is the extent of it. And that's why I'm like, do you now understand why I'm saying it was never easier to get started with these systems? Do you now get what I'm saying? Like, how easy can it be? I need to just do this, and I will delete them. So is it cool or what?
It's amazing. And for our systems that we've had to date, Christian, I mean, this is by far the most straightforward and accessible, not just from a cost standpoint, but from a strategy standpoint. If someone signs up, and we've got a lot of people that are coming into the program right now, we've talked about the setup, we talked about the technical requirements. What's waiting for them next week? How are we going to make sure that new folks coming into Quantum Edge are staying on track? They're not lost, they're not getting bogged down, they're making that immediate initial progress they need to see.
Yeah, you know what, guys? There is something that I didn't tell anybody about yet, and even Jason didn't know it. Probably doesn't know it.
I do know.
You know that? Oh, it came to Jason. So basically, our experience manager reached out and like asked, like, "Hey, Christian, how's your week going next week?" So, hey, why are you asking? Yeah, just like asking. It's like, what do you want? And he said, Christian, I want you to do a live session for all new Quantum Edge members to welcome them and answer questions if anything comes up, especially in the first couple of days. So that's what I do. It was not planned, but I think it's next Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern. You know, I do a live session for everyone who signed up for Quantum Edge and I will be there. I've probably Jason with me, probably somebody from technical support, our experience manager. And if you have questions, come in. We chat about it, and you know, we'll make a happening out of it. And what I always want to make sure, because I'm really proud of this, guys. Like this, right? I cannot show this too often. Is if you come in and have a problem, we are here to help, right? You will be helped. Just know this. So don't be afraid and ask. And this is one thing I ask you for, right? Please have an open conversation if something is not working. Okay. Don't just put your head in the sand and say, oh man, this is not working. That sucks. No, let us know. Say, hey, I tried this and this and this. If it's still not working, well, somebody will connect to your computer and try to fix it, right? Give us the opportunity and the feedback to say, hey, I need help. We are here. As you guys all can see, very, very easy. Yes, you are hopefully not one of the 0.7% who is not satisfied.
We've had a long-standing commitment to customer and member support. It's how we founded the business, and we've stuck to that. Those are real people that are ready and waiting to talk to you. Christian, something that we need to outline here. Edie, and hopefully I'm saying your name correctly, asked a couple of times about how this is different from other programs. So there are a number of other programs out there. Edie mentions Galileo FX and Trade Algo. We also have folks here that have been part or are currently part of our Robot Lab and Blackbeard programs. So how is Quantum Edge different? And most importantly, probably for our existing members, how is it complementary?
Okay, so first of all, I did extensive research on the retail market when I decided to release automated systems of any form and shape, in 2022, right? So whoever was a retail market player at that time and day, I don't badmouth people. That's not who I am, and everybody needs to find out on their own. But I just can tell you that me running an algo hedge fund had some advantages by creating technology that actually works. Let's just phrase it like this. And I think that anything we do is heads and shoulders above anybody else in the retail marketplace, period. I don't know any other vendors and I don't follow any other products right now because the only thing I'm concentrated on is, how can we make our products the best? And I really don't care what others do. So no comment on whatever else is there. Then how does this fit in the lineup of all the robot products we have? Now, we launched our very first robot product in a very low price point. I think it was like a $15,000 price point. We discounted then a little bit. And then we worked our way to the higher price points, $40,000, $250,000. Yes, $250,000. And then we went down and we created more day trading like things to basically, complement the entire lineup. And we went down, the price drain a little bit to see, okay, where can we go to get the biggest amount of people to then funnel them through to, to all of our programs, right? The more advanced programs. So where this program fits in is at the very beginning. So, this is our absolute, you are new to automated trading program. This is the one to pick, okay? It's the easiest, it's straightforward, it's super powerful. It will give you the glimpse of what's possible on autopilot. And you will call me and say, Christian, I want more. What is my next step? And then I can guide you to the next, to the next, to the next. And the sky is the limit, literally, guys. Now, for everybody who has any of our programs, what I always say is, you should have them all, because there are some items in each program that it would be silly to say, should I do this or this? No, the answer is you should do this and this because technology, lets us do it. Why shouldn't you use quantum match, the other one, the other one, the other one, right? Side by side to have the biggest footprint in the market, to take the biggest chunk out of it, to have the, the safest way to do this. That is the answer. So if anybody of our other programs is in here, guys, get this. Like this adds to everything we do, right? Yeah. Does that make sense?
It does. And just to press it a bit further, Quantum Edge was developed to look for slightly different trades, right, Christian?
Yes.
The edges that are associated with Quantum Edge, the advantage, how it goes into the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the other markets, that is different than how our other automated systems work, for instance, Blackbeard or
Absolutely.
the other ones.
It's
So
absolutely. Even if some of the zoning looks the same because we use the same visual components, the algorithm itself is distinctively different. It's distinctively different. And
for
that's why
the
I'm saying it's not a question if or, it's always, guys, it's always and.
Jihad, we see your question here. Can we have 24 hours? Of course. We have this open for a couple of days. The biggest difference, though, if you sign up tonight, you get a gift from us sent directly. Now, that's a book that Christian holds near and dear to his heart. This is something that we've sent to a lot of folks over the years, and well, not over the years, over the last few months. And we've never gotten a complaint around it. Christian, why do you love that book?
Well, I love that book because what is so fascinating, and I for me, I probably love it. Well, there are two reasons. The one thing I love is he was my idol, right? So I was trading at the bank, and how it all came to be with the algorithmic trading is I was a manual trader, right? And guys, I tell you, at the beginning it was great. I was young, make a lot of money, but the professional trading environment is something else. And it didn't really take long for me to really brutally hate it. I hated it with every inch of my body. It's not even funny. The high pressure environment and whatnot. And so I knew it's like, I will not get old at the desk. And I did pretty well, like, trading, like we didn't need to just like hatch for something, but we are really just trading for profit with the bank's money. So it was fun. It was a small desk with a bunch of money, with a great risk manager, like all of this, but the environment was brutal. So I knew I will not get old here, right? And so and that's not the also the type of person I am. Like, growing up, my parents are hippies. Like, literally, I'm not kidding you, right? They are all about giving and helping others. They never had any money. So, like, this is how I grew up. And then something was wrong with me, that I was sucked into the financial world. And I think my mom is still angry, at me, but yeah, that's a different story. Yeah. Anyway, I knew I didn't want to do this any longer. And then at that time, our bank started establishing a quant desk, and it was like, what the sugar is a quant desk? Yeah, there are some dudes with, like, they trade, with computers, and they write code, and the code trades. Like, what are you talking about, right? It was like, really? And I was very intrigued because, like, I have a physics background, like, and so I have a very analytical mindset. So I was intrigued into this, and I looked into it and whatnot. But there was also really no really direct entry, and I was done with that bank anyway. And then there was I had two friends. One was also with me in Europe, same bank, and one was in the United States at a big investment slash trading bank in New York, which is not in existence anymore. But at that time, it was still there. And, we had drinks in London, it was. And then one of them said, like, Christian, you know what's really hot? It's like, no, I don't know what's hot. All these hedge fund guys make so much money. It's super easy. What we do is we should just quit all of our jobs and start a hedge fund. And it's like, sure, like 3 pints in, right? And then, really he meant it, right? And then the next day, our future third co-founder of the fund, a buddy from him too, called me up and say, are we doing this or what? I say, are we doing what? Yeah, the fun thing. And then like I was kind of like, kind of more like, are you really for real? And then, we really started pondering about it. We were all good traders. However, we also knew that it doesn't get easier to trade manually, right? And guys, I'm talking now 20 years back, right? And I say, well, I want to do this, but we should really explore this automated trading thing. And I started digging into this like with everything I had. And I came to Jim Simons. And like this dude like was killing it like 20 years ago in the future market with no idea about trading. And then I thought like, well, I have a lot of idea about trading. How about I bring my smarts in and then I just build automated systems that mimic what I as a manual trader do, and I will be the hero of the world, right? Yeah, no. So we did the hedge fund thing, cost like, an arm and a leg. We set up, there were 3 young dudes. Yeah, we had good credentials, but like we thought they just come and flood us with money. They didn't. So we basically started trading our own money for quite some time. And then, like investors came in and then it grew pretty quickly. And I was experimenting with systems the whole time. We hired 2, 3, 4, 5 like IT guys, system developers, and we went all in on the automated trading part. And then we had probably 20 people or so just in our trading systems design part at the end before I left. And one guy was the idol because that was the guy who made all the money in the market, and it was Jim Simons. Now, and then at some point in time, Jim wrote a book, and it was like Christmas and vacation and my birthday on the same day that this book came out, and I bought it. And now I if you want to be in the market with automated strategies, it's a must read, and I can talk about it all day long. But like that's a short, long story. Why Jim Simons? Why this book? And why it's really close to my heart. And everybody needs to read this. It's fascinating and it's so motivating. It is so motivating, guys. This guy, and you can probably Google him and watch a YouTube video. This guy made more money than God. It is beyond believable. Like George Soros looks like a loser compared to. No, I mean it. So check this out.
It shapes a lot of what you're looking at today, folks.
It shapes a lot.
Influenced a lot and obviously had an impact on you, Christian. That's inspiring to see. We have a few more questions here as we close in on 3 hours. It's just a little bit after 11 Eastern. Those of you that have joined us abroad outside the US, whatever time zone you're in, thank you for spending so much time with us. Those of you here in the US, we know it's getting late. We take your time very seriously and valuably. So Christian, let's head down the home stretch here. We have a question around the time frame. Thomas is asking, does it only trade on the 8-minute time frame? And I'm going to add on to that. If a trader is looking at the time frame, if they are looking at entries, if they are looking at any of it, can they make adjustments and can they change the trading to better suit them?
Yeah. So the answer is yes. You can customize everything. You can use it on a minute, on 2 minutes. You can use it on whatever you want. It's completely up to you. For me, a decade ago, I stopped worrying about caring what instrument I trade and what time frame it is. I really don't care. The only thing I care about is, hey, what can make me the most money with the least amount of risk, right? So that's why, I have not even spotted it. Yeah, it's 8 minutes, Well, the 8 minutes are probably, the highest probability with the current environment and that data set. That's what I basically can say, right? Yeah, this is it. But yeah, if you want to put it on 1 minute or 5 minute, do whatever you want. You can adjust it fully. For all of you who really say, yeah, really, Christian, I don't care what market, what time frame, I just want to make money. Well, guys, just take what you get every single month, and make a lot of money. And then, I think that's the better use of your time versus trying to figure out a way to make it even better. Because what I would do, and if I were you, is I would scale smartly. Don't invest your time into, hey, now this robot has like 3% more winning and the stop is $50 less. Don't do this. Just see that you have more money to trade 5 different variations of it at the same time. That would be smart to do, right? Put your hat to it, put more money to it. So you 5 times 80-20 rule is more than 1 time 95%, right? So that is what I see. But yeah.
Those of you that are still with us, and we have a lot of folks here in the room, this is a perfect time for you to put your final questions into the chat. We would love to answer them, and we'll stay as long as we need to make sure that you get all of your questions answered. If you'd like to talk to a person live over the phone, probably first thing tomorrow morning or even yet tonight, Jeff and his team are standing by. So if you haven't yet, you're maybe on the fence, you're not entirely sure just yet, go ahead and put your number in the chat. Only we can see it. We would be happy to call you. What you're going to accomplish with that is if you have questions, you want to understand more about the results, maybe you want to talk about your account size, your experience level, and you really need that final step of comfort to understand if this is for you, go ahead and put your number in the chat. Jeff and his team are going to be able to walk you through not only what this is, but also what you should expect, what your first week is going to be like with the system, etc. And that could be a great final confirmation for you. So we see those numbers coming in. We're happy to do it. Jim, of course, I want to make sure I say your name correctly. I believe it's Guna. Of course, we'll give you a call. And those of you that have final questions coming in regarding the replay, yes, we are sending that out. There is a bonus that Christian just mentioned about the book. That is going to be sent out to everyone that signs up tonight.
Yeah.
Nicholas, Gerald, Clifford, Robert, another Robert, CJ, Winston, all welcome to Quantum Edge. It's great to have you here. We've had a lot of people come into the program. That's very exciting for us to see that. And we're thrilled that you put your confidence in us. We won't take that lightly. Christian, as we look at closing things out here, final comments, thoughts, not just about Quantum Edge, but anyone that is a traditional trader, maybe a stock and options trader that is trying to think to themselves, boy, is this something I should make the leap and try?
Yeah. So, and I like the question. The answer is really why not, and what do you have to lose? Like, if you just go to this basic thing, right? What is the worst thing that can happen to you if you spent $1,900 and it really didn't work out? Well, so what? But if you leave here tonight not taking us up on the most ridiculous lowest price you will ever get this for, ever, and you only get this because you're a Simpler member, right? Everybody else pays $5,000 and still gets a great deal. If you don't do this, you will ask yourself probably for days, weeks, and months, especially if your other trading is not going well. Oh, I wonder what these bots do and actually if they are making money, especially what's happening in the marketplace today. Guys, the volatility will go nowhere. Like, the world is a madhouse, right? This is fertile ground for us. This is bot prime real estate. In the next couple of months and years, like, we have the opportunity to make so much money with this, right? You have the opportunity. And would you sacrifice this by not spending 1997? like the price is absolutely positively, should not be any objection, like whatsoever, right? So the question is, what I want to know, and that is really what I'm interested in, is because only if I know I can help you to overcome this, is what is holding you back if you have not signed up right here, right now? Like, if you are not one of the folks who signed up already and you're still here, like, literally tell me the truth. Like, what is holding you back? Is there anything I can do, say, prove, show that, would overcome your objection, right? Because I showed you, success stories, more success stories. I showed you my account statement. I showed you how easy the process is. I showed you that it's based on numbers. It is easy. It's a few minutes a day. The setup is a breeze. Like, this is basically like everything like a trader who wants to go into automation can look for, as well as, guys, even if you don't want to go into automation, it's kind of like, which opportunity would pay as much money as that, like, that you can do. Like, I don't know any, and if you have some, let me know. I might want to invest in it, right? So for me, it's the biggest no-brainer for anybody who wants to make money in the market, and right now is the time to get started and really participate. And again, Jason, if we get some infos about, like, what's the objection, what's holding you back, why didn't you sign up yet, let me know.
Well, let's absolutely do that. And before we run here, let's ask those of you that are with us here tonight, if you haven't signed up just yet, but you have a barrier that you're facing. If it's cost, put a C in the chat. Boy, this is really appealing to me, but the cost is kind of an issue. Again, only we can see it, but it's helpful for us to get the feedback. If it is complexity, that's also a C, right, Christian? So we want you to see.
That makes no.
Yeah. So put complexity in the chat. So we have folks that are putting cost in the chat, and we have folks that are putting complexity in the chat. If it seems complicated, go ahead and let us know, because we'd like to address those things for you. Now, Christian, Edward, I appreciate that. Brian, we appreciate that. If it's cost, do us a favor and talk to one of the members of our team. Jeff Watkins and his team is standing by, and they would be more than happy to chat with you about that. If it is complexity, also put your number in the chat. We can do that. But Christian, for those that have both, it's complexity and cost. Gosh, it seems like still, even at $2,000, a bit much to bite off, and it also still seems a little bit complex. What would you say to those folks?
Yeah, I don't really. This is a very great question, right? I believe if that is the objection, then I feel it's then just not right now, right? Because, like, we we put so much effort, time, and support in this. It would not make sense to make it any cheaper like this. And even, like, I almost feel a little bit painful that we sell it for 1997. So if you say, well, the cost is the issue, then I think this is right here, right now, probably not the right time for you, because probably your account, has then also not enough meat to actually use it appropriately, right? If you say, well, I have $2,000 on my trading account, and you would take that $2,000 and send it over to me, I get it. It makes no sense, right? Then it's just not the time. Maybe you need to say, okay, make some money manual trading, or do other endeavors to save up, to have a cushion of an account, have a cushion to spend on something like this. And again, maybe, it's even a steal of a deal for $5,000, right? If you come back and it's 5,000, again, still steal of the deal. But yeah, that's basically what I have to say.
For those of you that have tried automated trading systems before, you may have even tried Blackbeard, for instance. One of the things to know about Quantum is that we built the program entirely so that it can be both accessible from a cost standpoint, but also easy to start from a complexity standpoint. So it is designed for folks that have never traded futures before, those that have never tried automated trading, those that don't want to tinker with the bots and really need something that they can pull out of the box, plug in, pick their account size, pick their risk level, and really see what this thing can do as their first ultimate step towards automated trading. Cedar, I see your feedback there. Scott, thank you very much for sharing that. That's super helpful for us. Miralai, you're part of two great programs right there. So I would encourage you to contact our support team and see what additional guidance we can get you, so that we can help you get the most out of those programs. We think you should be really thrilled with those.
Yeah, and also and Jason, we should probably talk about it in another setting. But I see the question of Scott and Cedar and Morali. Again, guys, you're our folks, right? So I really appreciate you. So I will address, like, each and every single one who owns other algo products, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so guys, you're heard.
Those of you that are coming in right now at the very tail end, welcome. And what you have waiting for you is a members area that will walk you through everything that you need to know, a support team that's going to be waiting for you to help you install this. That white glove session is as hands-off for you as it can get. It's designed, and one of our support specialists gets on, walks you through everything, answers all of your questions, meets you where you are in the process. You're brand new to trading, you're brand new to futures, you've never laid eyes on something like this. Awesome. We will help you and get you where you need to be. And then beyond that, starting next week, Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Christian, I will be there. Our team will be there, and we will answer your questions and make sure that you are getting off to the smoothest start possible. Those jumpstart sessions are really important, and we will see to it that you get off to a really good start. Christian, we are going to look at winding it up. We've got feedback here. Christian, you are awesome. Miralai, thank you very much. Cedar, does it mean you don't get the book now if you don't place your order and then ask for the refund? I love it. Oh, Cedar. That's fantastic.
Hey, Cedar, you own don't you own Blackbeard?
I think it was for the sign up that same night for Blackbeard as well.
Okay, didn't I send you a book?
Well, Cedar, we will take your information down.
Yeah,
that would please.
Well, you will get one. Jason, can you make sure Cedar gets a book?
I am going to actually autograph it and send it over to Cedar. So, Cedar, that's going to come with a note from me. Cedar, we'll also see that that Jeff gets in touch with you. Our team gets in touch with you. Guna, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you so much. Christian, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Those of you that are still with us, thank you so much for taking the time. Let's just take a quick moment to thank the Simpler Trading team. First of all, it's been a real privilege to put these events together with this team. Friends, those of you that are still with us, we take our relationship with Simpler very seriously. If you come in from the Simpler family, or you have already come in from the Simpler family, you have my word as well as Christian's word, our commitment as a company that we will look after you personally and see to it that you get off to a great start, but you're also taken care of down the road. So the Simpler team has stayed on with us here late, 11:18 Eastern. Christian, all my computers are still set to Minnesota time. So I say Eastern and then I read a Central time. It still hasn't stopped doing that. But thank you from our Ninjacator family to the Simpler family, and from the Ninjacator team to the Simpler team. We really appreciate it. So, Christian, thank you. We really appreciate it. That was amazing. Everyone that's still here with us, thank you so much for joining. Those of you that are coming into the program, we won't let you down. We look forward to having you in. So
wonderful. Yeah, absolutely the same. Thank you for all of you staying here so long. Simpler team, obviously, thanks a lot, for having us here. It's always a pleasure to and a privilege to present here. And everybody who signed up, really looking forward to working with you. And everybody who has not signed up yet, think it through and, sign up, take advantage of the deal. The replay will be sent out automatically. At some point, I assume you will get an email with the replay so you can rewatch it, and have still the opportunity to purchase it. But again, if you want to have the book, you need to purchase it today. Otherwise, you get everything, including the bonuses, but not the book. And the offer is good till, I don't even know, till I guess Friday night, if I'm mistaken. Jason, tell me the different, but I think that is it. You will see it on the replay page, definitely.
Definitely on the replay page.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. We will leave the chat open for just a beat or two longer. If you want to talk to someone, we'll give you a buzz in the morning, or potentially if it's yet tonight. Jeff and his team are busy talking to folks right now, but we will for sure get to you. Just leave it in the chat. We'll leave it open for just a beat. And everyone, have a great evening. Christian,
Wonderful.
good night, brother. All
See
right.
you guys. Thanks, Jason. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.